And welcome to the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup for this round 6 clash live from Adelaide Street Oval, courtesy of our friends at Bar TV. For the big one, 1 versus 2, Killarney Vale Bombers versus the Terrigal Avoca Panthers. I'm Ivan Spurs and of course joined again by Gary Birkinshaw in what is a fantastic day of football. Gary, welcome to round 6, mate. Here we go.
G'day, Ivan. Great to be back again here at Adelaide Street Oval, and what a great venue it is too. And gee, they've certainly turned the weather on here today. One of the best autumn days you could ever have, and it just probably typifies this game of football we've got today as well.
Absolutely, mate. It looks fantastic out there. The conditions are excellent, as you said. Probably a little bit doughy underfoot, but that won't worry these two sides. They are 1 and 2 on the ladder, and they will certainly be vying for that outright top spot if they can, Terrigal Avoca. But Killarney Vale, they're not going to give an inch today. This is their day. This is their ground. This is where they want to make sure they stamp themselves on this competition. A wonderful day as well, and fantastic work by the Killarney Vale Bombers. They are holding their Ladies' Day. They've got a wonderful high tea here. There's probably 60 or 70 women here enjoying the festivities. They're celebrating and raising funds for the McGrath Foundation. So great work to Killarney Vale on their great job. And of course, Gary, the best part of the day is the commitment they're showing is what they're wearing today.
Yeah, look, they're in there away from their traditional black with a red sash. They've gone to the pink sash today and the pink and black socks as well. So fantastic commitment by the Killarney Vale Bombers. Great cause, as you mentioned, for the McGrath Foundation. You can just see all the ladies in there having a fantastic time. And look, I reckon the football, you mentioned it was doughy underfoot. I reckon that'll be the only doughy thing we'll see about the football today. There's no love lost between these two sides. And I think you'll find as soon as that ball bounces to start this game, it will be a torrid encounter no matter what the scoreboard says.
Absolutely, mate. And there are some really great players on both sides. Where do you think it's going to be won and lost today?
Well, realistically, Ivan, I reckon the matchup in the middle is where this game's going to be decided. For Terrigal Avoca, you've got James Webster, you've got Corey Billings, you've got John O'Goulay, and you've also got Jay Lewis up against Rick White, Josh Mifsud, Brad Deitch, and also Jackson Island. Why that becomes so important is because of the forward line that Terrigal Avoca have got. They got Mitch Betson, James Polglade, and John O'Goulay went forward. They kicked 16 goals between them last week. Add Tom Head to that, who's back after playing for the Swans Reserve. So I'm not sure Killarney Vale have got the defenders to match up on them, so they need to stop the supply, and that'll start in the middle of the ground.
Absolutely. Look, they got John Gourlay and Mitch Betson for Terrigal Avoca. Both kicked 12 for this season so far, and they are just getting warmed up. And, of course, Scott Manuel for Killarney Vale has 15, so he's the second leading goal kicker for the season, but he'll want to add a few more, and he will need to add a few more. Yeah,
look, in saying that, they also, we've mentioned about the Terrigal forward line, but also Killarney Vale are the highest scoring side in the Black Diamond this year, which is fantastic. They're averaging over 100 points a game. But they're up against Terrigal Avoca, who are the most miserly defence, not only last year but also this year, averaging only 42 points against. So when you're only averaging 7 goals against you, it's not hard for your forward line to kick a winning score.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Look, and last weekend they had a bye, of course, Killarney Vale, so they're coming off. They'll be fresh. Terrigal Avoca had a pretty easy win at the end of the day against Nelson Bay by 100-odd plus, I think. But today, there's no give and take. These two sides, they love the rivalry. They are long-term foes. They're going to be giving everything. And as we said, there are some other cracking games this weekend as well. We have got
Newcastle City against Carver.
Of course.
The biggest rivalry.
Big of all.
Yeah, it's the biggest. It started way back in Newcastle AFL. It's carried on to the Black Diamond, and probably even more fierce than what it was the last 2 years. Cardiff now sharing #1 sports ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine the Blues. Wouldn't they be over the moon about that?
And it is City's first home game officially, where Cardiff already had it.
Exactly.
They had it last week. Don't worry about it.
Oh, tell me that went over a treat as well, Ivan.
It did. A great day too.
And of course, the other game we can't forget, but we've got Warners Bay taking on Singleton. Neither side's had a win. How important is that?
But they'll be clawing for those points because both sides have had some great games, but their consistency's been out the window. But they'll be wanting that 4 points because that really is starting to battle up as the wooden spoon battle.
Well, there's both sides at the beginning of the year. They had ambitions of making the finals, and we're only 6 games in, so that ambition is not gone. There. But they need to start winning, and you can't afford to drop games against these two who are playing each other. So look, it's a great round of football. Today is a fantastic day, great contest, and I think we're in for a beauty.
Of course, and the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup can't be broadcast on Bar TV and, of course, live at bdafl.com.au without the support of our wonderful partners in the 2014 season. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. So for all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson. Of course, Prime 7, great supporters of AFL, the Newcastle Herald, Star 104.5, BLK, Sports Coast, Trophy, and embroidery. And we're not far from kick-off. And, of course, Gary, he's just walked into the box. We have a special guest with us here today who will soon get mic'd up, and we'll welcome him to the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL.
Yeah, he'll be down. He'll be wandering around the ground. We've got a microphone. He'll be going around speaking to a few different people as well, which will be fantastic. And let's not forget the umpires, Ivan.
Of course, the field umpires today, Darryl Luck, Lockie Head, and, of course, Roger Crowhurst is back on screen. Boundary umpires, Cameron James, Reese Gosper, and our goal umpires today are Richard Cornish and John Sullivan. We wish them the very best in what will be a cracker game.
All right, we're not far from kick-off. Bounce down, mate. Who's your tip?
Oh, I knew you'd ask me that. I actually think, for the emotion of the day, I like Killarney Vale. I think they're going to show Terrigal Avoca that they are the real deal.
Well, look, I'm going to go for Terrigal Avoca.
Good.
They are been the benchmark all year, and I can't see the Killarney Vale defence holding Terrigal, to be perfectly honest. Not on a day like today.
All right, well, time will tell, mate.
Well, we're not far from bounce down. Terrigal Avoca in the red, white and black strip. We've got Killarney Vale in the black with the pink sash we spoke about. And we've got at the moment Terrigal Avoca. They're going to be kicking to the right of the screen. And we're not far from bounce down with the pink footy as well, Ivan. You see that out there?
Oh, very nice. Very bright. Where do they put the batteries in that one, mate?
Oh, mate, it's a beauty. But anyway, we're about to get it underway. Darryl Luck throws the ball in the air and we're underway. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, Roger's got a free kick.
He's straight on camera.
Yeah,
straight on camera, Roger. Well done.
And a free kick's going to be paid for holding it at centre-half forward. The free kick's going to go to James Polglaze for holding as they are entering the centre square. I think that was against Michael Clark. James Polglaze, free kick should be on the... it's got Polglaze. He's going out wide straight away, looking out there for Smith, who's got away from him down there. While they were looking at the centre of the ground where the mark was, Damon Smith run down and he's taken a mark. He's going to have first shot on goal here.
Smart play by Damon Smith there. There was plenty of space. No one went with him, and you couldn't miss the ball. It is as bright as they can come.
Oh, that is bright, isn't it?
Isn't it bright? So make the most of it early, boys, because it will get a bit muddy.
In comes Smith. Shot at goal. A bit nervous there, and he's pushed that out to the right. But that's the first score we've got of the game.
First punch has been thrown. Only a point, though, and we are off and racing.
So waiting to bring the ball back in. It goes in short for White. He'll have to have a big game for the Bombers today. Picks it up on the half volley. Handballs it off there. Going back out there is Sinclair. He's quickly tackled. Balls into a dangerous area again. Mifsud taps it out. A free kick's going to go to Josh Mifsud. Deep in defence for Killarney Vale Bombers. Looks for a target. He kicks it out there wide. Looking out there for the target. Good spoil there by Head. Up against Clark, and the ball's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw.
Good solid play. And here we go. The boys are firing again. Let's take this opportunity, mate, to welcome to the Black Diamond Cup, of course. Round 6, Bar TV broadcast. Steve Allen. Welcome, Steve.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Had the pleasure of playing with both of these footy sides, and you can see early they're hard at it. See how hard the forward press was from the Terrigal Avoca Panthers on the Killarney Vale back line, and really looking forward to this one today. They're hard at it right in front of us, in front of the clubhouse here.
There we go now as Brad Deach picks it up for Killarney Vale. He slips a handball off to Castro New. A spearing pass in there, and that's well done. That's been marked by Bryce Singleton. Pete Van Dam, he only had 50 metres paid against him. He chips it in there to Brendan Lewis, the captain of Killarney Vale. On the right boot, in the dangerous area. Amity leads at it. Manuel leads at it. Hand through the hands, ends up in the hands of Amity though. Play on to callers. Webster picks it up, and he slips a handball. Back it goes there now to Grentel, and on the left boot, and he clears it away for Terrigal Avoca.
They need to make more of those opportunities, guys, because they're not going to get too many of them, so they need to be very effective in that forward line today, Killarney Vale, otherwise it will come back to get them.
Yeah, look, they're both in good position, Manuel and Amity there. It was good, it just went through.
It was almost in their way of each other, really.
Yeah. As James Polglaze has got it back on the half-back line, he's going to swing the ball across wide, and it goes out there to Smith. Smith had the first shot on goal, now he's deep in defence. Slips it out there now to Josh Polglaze. He runs there through half-back, through the centre wing. Who's his target? He's on the right boot. Charging out for it is Goulet. In the back there against White, but no, he's paid the mark. Thought it might have been hands the back, but Rick White takes a solid mark. Chips it now to Mifsud. Mifsud on the centre wing, on the right boot. Goes in there again. Singleton proved a great target up forward so far, and takes the mark just forward to centre of Killarney Vale. On the left boot, kicks in another spearing pass. Going to drop short though. Picked up there nicely by Lloyd. Good fend off on Webster. Back it goes there now. Across to Mifsud again. Crossing the centre. Got the run of the ball is Pat Shell. He gets it. He picks it up. Tackled straight away by Kirkman. Ball's in a bit of a scuffle there. A bit of a scramble. It's going to be a ball up. How you seen it so far, Steve?
Yeah, look, typical of what you'd expect from these two arch rivals. Looks like Rick White's on today. Played with Labrador, of course, in the NEFL and took a strong grab right in front of us here. He's going to have to be at his best today for the Killarney Vale Bombers. Just looking at these two sides, 8 players from the 2013 Black Diamond Team of the Year, 3 Bombers and 5 Panthers.
Yeah, look, a classic matchup. Matchups all over the ground. It's really good. Looking forward to it. It started off a real torrid clash. We're out in the centre wing there now. Picked up nicely there by Patchell. Shows all the hands up. A premiership player, of course, for the Bombers in 2007. Back it goes to Castrol Nuvo. He looks in there for Mifsud, but chipping in for Terrigal Avoca is Cameron Granthall. He now looks at. He'll switch it out to the wing. Running there is Alexander White. Goes there up against, I think that might be Corbin Bond. He's up there against. A good battle there by 2 youngsters. White picks it up. Well done. Kept his feet. He slips it there now across to Ben Lamb, the soccer recruit. Over he goes. Kicks into the open space. Who's got the pace? It's Coughlin up against Betson. Who's got it? Betson's got it. No!
He had to be clean.
Yes. He did everything right, Coughlin. Expecting Betson to pick it up. Betson fumbled the ball. Went over the top of him. A free kick's going to go to Mitch Betson, 10 metres out from goal.
He's going to take his time. Have a look at it. He's probably going to... I reckon he's probably just trying to drive this straight through, although the boys are making sure he doesn't come off that mark till he's right. But really should be the opening goal of the game.
Betson comes in on an acute angle. Shouldn't be far out, though. Comes in. Right boot hits it. And it's a goal. And doesn't he celebrate?
Great goal.
Fantastic work by Mitch Betson. He's been in great goal-kicking form in recent weeks, and he's resumed straight away today with the first one.
Will find himself a bit fortunate. He had to be clean with that position, but luck was a fortune for him because he wasn't. He got the free kick right in front, but in all honesty, the defender was probably a bit sloppy there. He got away with it.
Boys, Betson equal third in the competition, 12 goals so far this season. John Goulet also with 12. And, of course, for the Bombers, Manuel with 15 is second in the competition behind Courtney Knight.
Well, Betson's only 2 behind him now, so they're going to be a bit of a goal-kicking comp here today if they're not careful.
Oh, look, in great conditions for it. But, like, Betson fumbled it, actually. He was a bit clumsy by Coughlin. So, bounce out. Good bounce by Lockie Head, the young umpire. AFL ambitions for sure. Down it comes Pete Van Dam on the left boot. It's smothered quickly in the centre. Jeez, it's tough in there, Steve. Very tough. As we go there now, Stu's going to get it out, letting him plenty of leeway given there. And
you won't be able to hide holding the ball today, mate, because you can see it through the pack. It's bright. It's illuminating out of the middle of that pack.
I'll go through the bodies. That's how bright it is. As McKellar up there against Mumford, comes down there, fumbled there by Billings. McKellar butters up nicely as he does the ruckman. Back to Lewis. He picks it up early, gets it out to White. White taps it over there nicely.
Well done.
And it's picked up there beautifully there by Bond. He kicks it on the left boot. It's going to Smith. He's going to have the run of it. Right handball back to Webster. He's chased there by Wells, but Webster all class. On the right boot, chips into Tom Head. Good mark. Head up against Shackleton. That'll be a big battle. Head on the centre wings. Had to come a long way down the ground to get it. In those bright green boots. On the spearing pass in, looking for Betson.
Fantastic.
What a great hand.
Fantastic grab. Strong hands. Held it well. Didn't move an inch once it got into those big mitts of his.
Hey, look, Sean Sinclair didn't do too much wrong there, but that was just too big, too strong.
Head just his 4th game of the season. Been playing with the Swans reserves. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. He's played. He's been down there. He's played with the Swans reserves for a number of years now, and he's a great acquisition for Terrigal Avoca.
You're going to back him in, boys, from around about 45. He'll kick from.
You know we always jinx him.
Not going to make the distance, I don't think. It's going to be short. Touch. Oh, good leap. Great leap down
well
there.
done.
Fantastic by Corbin Bond. He leapt up high and got a fingertip on it, so that was heading through though. So the answer to your question, Ivan, was no, he won't. Or Steve, no, he won't kick it.
No. Corbin Bond did a great job. That's 5 points. Is going to be a valuable point. 5 points later in the day. So.
Shackleton, he gets it out there, doesn't hit the mark though. Clark's now under pressure from Polglade, but he brushes him off nicely. Well done, Michael Clark. Chips it up there, looking there for, I think that was out there. As it goes back there now to Clark. Clark then on the right boot, chips it out, finds Brad Deitch. Brad Deitch on the centre wing. He's been in good form of late as well. Kicks it in long. Amity's his target. He goes up early. Goes up there also with Grenell. Amity's at first to pick it up. Singleton's there to give him a hand. He picks it up now. Rush kick, can't find the boot. And Terrigal Avoca now. Rushed handball out. Killarney Vale pick it up through Lloyd. Lloyd on the bottom of the pack. He gets to his feet. Well played. Back there to McKellar. He's taught. Quick kick in there by Killarney Vale. Manuel leads out. He's got it.
Got it.
Good, solid hands. Fantastic grab. Scott Manuel. And he's going to have his first shot on goal as well.
Absolutely.
The recruit from the Gosford Wildcats.
Absolutely. And we mentioned it pre-game. Really important that Scotty has a great game today for his team. And let's hope he can convert this through the big sticks.
And he has. I think that's his first goal. Goal umpire Richard Cornish. He doesn't move. Straight over the goalkeeper's white hat. And that's the first goal for the Killarney Vale Bombers.
Well done, Scotty Manuel. He'll add another one to his tally for the year. Great reward for some good hard work. They were breaking down a bit early in that half-forward line, but they got it through. A bit messy play, really, but that's all they need today. They need to just keep moving it forward.
Boys, Dane Amity is going to be a key too for Killarney Vale's forward line. 2-time best and fairest winner at this club. A couple of years ago, he kicked over 80. Changes through the interchange. Number 12 just on. Tommy Mumford for the Bombers. Of course, today wearing that pink sash for raising money for the Glenn McGrath Foundation.
Yeah, Tommy Mumford, round 4, BDAFL Rising Star, really a promising youngster for the Bombers. Speaking of youngsters, Josh Mifsud, the Rising Star winner from last year, he gets a clearance there, overrun there by Tom Mumford there, picked up there by Pete Van Dam, and it goes over the line and out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
I've got to tell you,
by both sides.
Yeah, great play. The best player of the day so far, Steve Allen. Looks like we're professional all of a sudden, Gaz.
Oh, tell you what, he's lifted our stand. He's only been here 5 minutes. Not that was hard to lift, I might add.
No, double nothing's nothing, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Jace Van Dam punches it out wide, but Killarney, they started very good, very impressed with them. Tom Mumford, though, the ball's going to go out of bounds. Gee, as a Killarney follower and also play with Terrigal, you'd have to be, if you're a Bomber supporter, you'd have to be happy with their start.
Oh, look, as I said, I played about half a season with Terrigal, but gave my heart and soul to the Bombers. And, they penciled this one in a long time in advance, even pre-season, because, Terrigal have been the benchmark and Killarney Vale, of course, such a great rivalry between these two footy clubs. I reckon the Bombers are getting a fair bit out of the centre clearances. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. And that we spoke before the game. That's where this game's going to be won in the midfield. If they can stop the supply into the Terrigal forward line, it'll go a long way towards winning. So up we go there. McKellar up against Mumford. Down it goes to Miffergy. He had plenty of it early on. Picked up there now nicely by, that is Evans. Evans a hurry kick forward. Josh Polglaze leads Lloyd to the ball, but Lloyd does very well. Good body use. High tackle there to Lloyd, and he's going to get a free kick. Just at forward of the centre, Killarney Vale. He'll send it in board. Looking there for Bryce Singleton. He charges up. Looked good in the hands. Good spoil there. I think that was there by Hart. Picked out there now by Clark's move forward. Down with James Polglaze. Picked up there by the skipper, Jace Van Dam. Great to see him back after missing since round 1 with a leg injury, but he's back in the side. Goes out to Brad Deitch. He's over the ball. Quick hurry kick forward. It comes off Pete Van Dam's head, but he recovers quicker. He uses good experience there. Has the extra step. Goes down, kicks to the advantage, looking for Bedson. Good work there by Sinclair. Force him over. So it goes out the back there now. Picked up by Corey Shackleton. Shackleton on the right boot. Straight back to centre half back and Michael Clark.
You mentioned Jace Van Dam there, mate. He had a great first round, and he's a really, really important player coming back for them today.
Inspirational skipper. Goes across to White. White on the left boot. Down there now looking for Mumford in the back. Free kick to Tom Mumford.
Geez, he made him earn it, didn't he?
Yeah, no, good work there by Corey Billings. Two young stars of our competition. Mumford on the right, but good running by Rick White. He kicked it to Mumford. He followed up and he's marked it now on the half-forward flank. Kicked in there, well smothered by Peter Van Dam though. White backs in, used his body, well done. Handballs it back now to Mumford. Quick kick there, well smothered by Pete Van Dam. Gee, you have to earn every possession in there at the moment. Good work by both sides.
Look at the work rate, boys. Rick White's taken a grab here on the halfback flank. About 30 seconds later, he's on the half-forward flank. Of course, was a fantastic 800-metre runner. And look at his work rate here early in this first quarter.
Yeah, look, and that's the difference between a good football to the next level football. Yeah, it's your work rate, all about that. Some people wait for the ball to come to them. Other people go and get the ball.
Good players have got time as well. We saw Shackleton to Clark. Two key players with this Bombers side, and that is Shackleton again. Back to you, Gary.
Beautiful, mate. Out it goes there now to Brendan Lewis. Brendan Lewis, doesn't quite find Lloyd, but right up pressure of him.
Well done.
Good work by Lloyd Dunn. He gets it into Amity, and Amity takes a mark in the forward pocket.
That was good work,
He
Gav.
plays on quickly on the left boot. Goes there looking for Manuel. Has he got it? No, too high. Pressure there coming from Lamb. It slips over the back, and away go Terrigal Avoca. Through Lewis now. Handballs in ball to Webster. Back it goes to Lamb. Lamb on the left boot. Off the side of the boot. It's going to be lucky, though. It's going to fall in the hands of McKellar. Kirkman, sorry. Oh, he's gone. Roger won't let him get away with that one. No way. Amity on the left boot. Plays on quickly, looking in there for Singleton. He's got it. Row by Midford. That's a goal. No.
Is he calling it back?
Darryl Lux called him back. A high tackle, high contact in that marking contest. Oh, that's exciting, though.
Oh, mate, the ladies' high tea nearly went berserk in there. They were spilling coffee and tea everywhere.
Oh, fantastic. Great cause by Killarney Vale today, of course, raising money for the McGrath Foundation. Out it goes looking for Goulet. He's under pressure from Coughlin. Coughlin spoils but recovers the best. Into Jay Lewis. Jay Lewis on the right boot. In looking for Alexander White. Good work. That's a couple of good things he's done now. On the right boot, spearing pass, looking for Betson. Up against him is Sinclair. It's a battle of the boundary line. Sinclair will like the boundary line, and he does. Beautiful work there by both sides.
Yeah, good work, Sean Sinclair. He was one-on-one. He needed to get a bit of defence back and did the right thing, saw the boundary line, took it out, waited for his troops to come back and help him.
Yeah, we've gone in 13 minutes, 2 points, Terrigal Avoca leaders. Up we go again. Head up against, that is Besley in the ruck there. Besley's held, but he probably hasn't got it, and he's going to get a free kick. Good work by Roger Croweth. Nothing gets past Roger.
Nothing gets past you, guys.
It's Besley. He's got to get it there. He's on the defensive arc. Where's his next target going to be? Daniel Lloyd moving well. They can't waste possession, and they do. Chipped it all. I think he has, though. He's kicked it to Kirkman. Kirkman right in the centre circle. He was looking for Manuel there, but didn't quite kick. Didn't have the penetration. There's Kirkman now on that left boot, goes in there looking there for Polglaze. He's going to find him too. It was a wobbly kick, but it's found its mark, and James Polglaze has had a mark. He looks inboard now for Webster. Not going to get there though. Spoilt there well by Shell. Picked it up there now. It's going to go in there looking for Ewells. He picks up the handball. Clark kicks it out of fresh air. Goes out towards the centre wing, and it's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
Gee, Paddy Shell, clever. Best on ground in the grand final win in 2007. He's around these packs with the boundary throw-ins, doing plenty of talk nice and early. They've got to be hard at the Bombers, and Paddy, of course, with the spoil here right at the centre half-back area. Yeah,
he looked real strong through the hips, Paddy Shell. He doesn't go to ground very often, and he just provides that bit of leadership. As it goes in now there, Rick White's got the run of the ball. That pink football, we've mentioned it before, but it stands out.
I just want to sort of say, Polglaze's option to go into this, rather than for goal, but actually look for another option, was not normal for them. I thought he would have been more direct, but he actually looked for an option which was the worst option he could have went to.
Exactly. Thrown there now, plenty of spoils. Lloyd come over the back and punched it, but didn't go anywhere. Picked up there now nicely there by Polglaze. He chips it into a sling tackle there. Lucky he didn't get a free kick against. Up they go. Polglaze, spoil by Shackleton. Good knock. Comes down to Ewells. Ewells has 2 or 3 grabs it. You're not going to get away with 2 or 3 fumbles today, Ivan.
No, there's a couple of boys still handbags at 10 paces there and again, and I think Rogers just, who was it, having a chat to him saying, boys, just separate it, go away, concentrate on the football.
He's paid a free kick. Lucky had paid a free kick there. It's going to go to John Goulet. So, bit of a scuffle there, but Goulet's got the free kick. He's probably 50, 52, 53, a bit too far. Out it comes, chips in the square. White's back there. So at the back there is Riley Clifton. He probably dropped it, probably should end up taking it. Rick White ended up tackling his own teammate. Michael Clark there, good experience. Well done, Michael Clark. He gets hurry kick there. He probably should have used the handball to Shackleton, but he doesn't, but they're going to get away with it though. As Brendan Lewis gets it. Get out of here, he says. But it's going to be coming back pretty quick as Pete Van Dam. Mark's unattended on the centre wing. He runs there now. He's going to kick it inside 50, but not a good kick. And taken mark there is taken by, that is Corbin Bond.
She's the skill level for both sides. Just a little bit off at the moment. Don't know if that's nerves or pressure.
Mate, the pink footy too bright when it hits you on the boot. As I become a Singleton leads up, he's a good lead. He's been a great target for him at half forward, and he's going to take the mark now. Who's the lead? Spearing kick, going to be a spearing pass on the left boot, no doubt. Up he goes, he kicks it long. It's going to be there. Lloyd's the target. Goes over, he can't take the mark. And at the back of the pack there, it's taken away by Hart. He kicks it out to a one-on-one on the other side of the ground. And a good victory out there by Riley Clifton. He's going to play on. He's going to go to Webster. He does it, draws his opponent, gets it across to Webster. Webster now chips in board. James Polglaze. Good work there by Max Mumford to spoil it there now. And Max Mumford recovers his own football, and out he goes to out wide. He's looking for Paddy Shell. He's up against James Webster, and the ball goes over the line for another boundary throw-in.
Good to see Webster. Obviously, the best and fairest in the Black Diamond last year, and he's already showing his class. Just a little unlucky there, but you can see Killarney Vale, I think they're defending quite well. What would you say if you're Johnny Pigeon at the moment? They've just got to hang in tough. Let's not forget, they've only really been challenged in the first couple of rounds against Nelson Bay and Newcastle, respectively.
Yeah, look, I think John Pigeon to be very happy with the way it started. I think the big thing for them was not to get blown away early, and you don't want to get down 4 or 5 goals in the first quarter and then have to try and claw it back. I think if you can stay, the longer you can hang in the contest, the greater opportunity you have of getting away in the latter parts of the game.
Look, they've actually been good, Killarney Vale, because the ball hasn't really been up this end of the park at all for Terrigal, and they'll be very, very happy with that because the score, there isn't only 2 points in it. They've got the lead at the moment, Terrigal Avoca, but 2 points is nothing at this point.
Boundary thrown, great boundary thrown by the boundary umpire there. Fantastic work. They've got a bit of criticism in the AFL for their boundary thrown, but there's nothing wrong with that one there. There's a ball on the ground. He's going to be penalised here for holding the ball. Free kick's going to go the way. I think it's going to go there to Pete Van Dam. Great campaigner for Terrigal Avoca. Played, I think, his 200th game last year. On the right boot, kicks it in long, a spearing pass, looking for head. Up he goes, 2 Killarney Vale Bombers. Going to get him for push, and the free kick's going to go against Tom Head. And it's going to go to Rick White. Spending a lot of time, Steve, Rick White back in the defensive part of the ground.
Yeah, a couple of times he's flown without coming up with it. You've got to get something on it. You've got to get a fist on it, but definitely a presence back there and trying to block up the hole. Here we go with the Bombers trying to get out of their own half.
Yep.
Webster's
got it now. It's a good tackle by Goulet. Webster picks it up. It goes back there now. I think that might be hard. Chips it out there. Goulet's going to take a mark on the half-forward flank.
Great work, Goulet. Put the tackle on and got the ball back now. Looking to inject it into the forward line for the Panthers.
Good running there by... Sorry, that was Corey Billings there who kicked it to Goulet as well. So good work by Corey Billings. Had a great start to the year as a youngster. I think he's 17, 18 years of age, so a fantastic player. So boundary throw in, half-forward flank. Terrigal's end of the ground.
Front of a good crowd here too, Gaz.
Oh, great crowd. Really, really great day for football. Great contest. That should get people through the gate. As Rick White picks up good strength again, but he handballs it straight to James Polglaze. He's tackled. Great tackle there by Evans, and it's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw. And gee, tackling is fantastic. As good as tackling as you'd want to see.
Boys, you said about the crowd, I've had to park further away than I ever have here at the Bombers, a couple of streets away, and a real chance here for Terrigal Avoca.
Yeah, but that Hummer...
That's got to be ball.
That Hummer, though, mate, it's pretty hard to park, I'll tell you. But anyway, it goes across there now through half-back as Max Mumford's going to get the run of it. He goes to ground, fumbles it quickly, out it comes backward now. Josh Polgar, he doesn't kick many goals. He's not going to kick another one here as well. And it goes to Michael Clark, telling him to settle down, and that's what they want to play. They want to play tempo football. They don't want to be rushed. And then it comes to Clark. He kicks it out wide. His target out there, I think, is out there.
Well, here we go, guys.
Anyway, but Tom Head on the left boot, just to the narrow side.
All players bar 2 forward of the halfway line here, so Killarney Vale have done very well getting numbers back to make sure they flood this and this forward line of Terrigal Avoca and not give them any clean possession.
Inside 50s, boys. Terrigal 6, Killarney Vale 2.
Yeah, look, and that's probably most of the game's been played between the half forward. A good mark taken there by James Polglaze. Good kicking from defence by Sinclair. He found the centre wing. Polglaze runs around, miffs it on the mark. Good Shepherd coming in there by
He's got it.
And he's found him though. Good lead by Betson. He is looking at dangerous target up forward.
He is their true target up forward, and they need to get him as often as they can. Clear out those leads, give him as much space as he needs so he can lead onto the ball because he's got great hands like he just showed again. He's had about 3 good marks. He'll go back and should kick this one.
Well, it's a good mark. He's got a good size advantage and also a reach advantage on Sean Sinclair.
Bit of push and shove as the shot comes in. Goal umpire hasn't moved, straight over the top of their head. And that's another major for the Terrigal Avoca Panthers.
Well done to Mitch Betson. They liked it. They needed it. They didn't need it, Steve. They were starting to be up front and not converting on the scoreboard. They needed that one.
20 minutes gone. 2 goals, 3-15 to 1 goal straight 6. The Panthers leading the Bombers in the match of the round 6 of the Black Diamond AFL. Gary?
Yep, both goals there to Mitch Betson. Once again, he's got that height advantage on Sean Sinclair. So if it's put up in the air, because he's a good grab anyway, and with the reach of his arms, it's going to be very hard for Sinclair to spoil without infringing.
Early in the game, but you just say Terrigal Avoca a little cleaner. They're taking grabs inside 50, whereas when the Bombers go inside, it's, on the deck.
Yeah, look, I'd just like to see from a Killarney Vale point of view, I'd like to see Rick White playing more through the middle and in defence. I think for them to win the game, he's going to have to be influential, not only in the defence, but also going through the centre and forward of the centre. As it comes out, Riley clips and he taps out quickly. Billings has got the run of it. He's tackled quickly by Mumford. Out it comes to Lewis. Lewis down the law, went to handball with the right hand, should have handball with the left hand, but he's back in there now. Under pressure, he's under pressure. It's going to be tapped out. Here it is, coming out the back. Look at that pink ball in there. We should be able to see it. Kicked out there now. And on the ground goes to Mumford. He's still on the ground. Oh, fierce tackle in there. Webster picks it up. Webster won't go to ground. He stays strong through the hips. And he's held the ball in there for a ball up.
Michael Clark's been solid at the back already.
Yeah, I'd like to see his numbers. He's taking marks, dishing off hand passes. Of course, played for New South Wales at TAC Cup level. Is that right, Gary?
That's correct, yeah. And look, he's travelling back actually to play for him, which is real good commitment. He was a premiership player, as you mentioned, in 2007. So, look, whenever he plays, it really stiffens up the Killarney Vale defence. It's wide again on the left boot, goes to the centre wing. His target's up there is Mumford. Over the back, though, is Amity. It's touch hand. He picks it up and he's away. And here they go. Over the back, Bryce Singleton's got the sit over Hart. He takes the mark there. He'll swing onto his left boot. They're trying to fill the gap there. Deitch and Manuel. They got in each other's way there, I think, and Lamb. Manuel was looking for a place to lead, and Brad Deitch was standing right in that area, so he had to clear it out. They've got to give Manuel an opportunity to lead into space as Lamb takes it. On the left boot, kicks it out wide. Looking there, White just comes on the ground, but it goes over his head, but the mark's taken there now by Jared Warren. On the centre wing, Terrigal Avoca looking to go into attack. A lot of play between both half-forward lines at the moment. Warren kicks it long. Heads his target. Betson's his target. Plenty of kind of... Oh, Betson!
Great mark.
Oh, that's a contested mark if you've ever seen it. He takes it there now on the half-forward flank. Kicks in towards the full forward, but the siren has sounded.
Siren will beat them all, guys.
And at quarter time, it is Terrigal Avoca. 2-3-15, leading Killarney Vale. 1 straight 6.
Killarney Vale goal scorers so far. Scott Manuel added 1. And, of course, for Terrigal Avoca, Mitch Betson with the 2 goals for the Panthers. Great quarter by both teams. I think Killarney Vale will be happy that they're still right in this match early because they've got a lot more to give yet. I think Steve mentioned their position hasn't been as clean as they would like, but you can just see Terrigal Avoca start to work their way through the gears, guys.
Yeah, look, I think quarter time has come at a very opportune time, I think, for Killarney Vale, because I think as that quarter was going on, I think Terrigal Avoca was starting to get on top. More of the play was being spent forward of the centre of their way, and they had very few actual forward entries themselves. So quarter time gives Johnny Pigeon an opportunity now to regroup, get the charges going, because for the first 2/3 of that quarter, they were very good.
They were very good. And look, Killarney Vale have got the problem that they are flooding back into their back line to help out their defence. The problem is that when you rebound that ball, as we saw, you've got to get back up front pretty quickly. Otherwise, the Terrigal, their half-back line and their back line will just put it straight back in the mix under their forward line. So, as we said, 2-3-15, the Panthers over 1 zip. The 6 to the Bombers. We'll be back in about a minute or two. Thank you to all of our sponsors, of course, the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup, Prime 7, Newcastle Herald, Star 104.5, BLK, and Sports Coast Trophy in Imbori. Back soon.
Good, yourself? I'll see you in a second.
Just quickly. Let's go, nice and tight, let's go.
Can we talk to you for a sec for the TV? Once you finish here, we'll walk the street.
Just here.
Righto, as we come back to the second quarter, straight down to Steve Allen on the sideline.
Yeah, boys, got Pete Harvey here. You're talking that you're winning contested ball, which is the key factor in any game of footy, and that's what's come out of the first quarter.
Absolutely, yeah. We're winning that contested ball. We're just not using it well enough, or as well as what we'd like to. So hopefully we get a turnaround this quarter and we'll be back right in the game.
Also, when they go inside forward 50, you've really got to get a fist on it and try to spoil them because they're coming in clean.
Yeah, we just got to kill that ball every single time. They're taller than us, we know that. So we just got to kill the ball, get it back to ground, and then obviously let our small guys run away.
Looks like halves you're winning in the midfield, particularly with the ball ups.
Yeah, we've got a couple of young jumpers. Obviously, they're not ideal ruckmen, but they do a great job and they contest all the time for us. And we just rely on our other strong midfielders to win the ball out of there.
Well done, mate. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Gary.
Go on you, Steve. Thanks very much. Good work there with the runner of Killarney Vale, Peter Harvey. And Killarney Vale get the first kick out of there. It's going to go forward, but Cameron Grendel's got the run of it for Terrigal Avoca, and he picks it up there now. On the right boot, kicks it towards half forward. Michael Clark's going to chip across, and he's taken a number of marks across the half back line. Been a good player. Smothered off the boot there by Tom Head. Picked up by Riley Cliff. He goes to dummy the handball, caught by Clark. He gets it across there towards Lewis. He's tackled immediately by White and goes to ground. White's lying over the top of him. He's going to be penalised, isn't it? No.
How you going?
Quick scores from around the ground, guys.
Yeah, mate, it's the big game at number 1 sports ground. Newcastle City 2-3-15, leading Cardiff 2-1-13, and at Fagan's Oval at Singleton 3-2-20, leading Warners Bay 2-4-16. So
Great games all around, Gaz.
Certainly is. Goes back, a free kick's been picked out now by Lockie Head. It's going to go back to Jay Lewis, the Terrigal Avoca on baller. What was happening in the huddles there, Steve? I'll get you just to update us there.
Oh, look, you could just feel it. Such a massive game for them. Their biggest game of the year so far. Just nice and composed. Johnny Pigeon did most of the talking, but that was the key, that they're winning contested possession. And if you're on top there, then things can turn. But he really stressed they've got to get a fist, particularly when Terrigal Avoca go inside 50.
Yeah, look, probably fair assumption there by John Pigeon. Let's go forward now. Terrigal Avoca. James Polglaze picks it up, gets it back to McKellar. He handballs it into space. Jay Lewis picks it up, throws it out. He's tackled there almost immediately there by Evans. Clark now is going to pick it up, and over the top it goes. Mumford quickly on the right boot. He targets Bryce Single. He's up against James Hart. Back it goes. Van Dam has been pushed back into defence on Scotty Manuel. He picks it up there now. Handballs out quickly to Single. He'll be on his left boot. Can he break the tackle? No, he can't. I reckon he's just put that on the ground. Play on, says Roger Crowhurst. Dane Emmett over it for Killarney Vale. Plenty of Terrigal Avoca defenders there, however, and they're going to be able to clear it away. Josh Polglaze on the right boot, but it's going to be coming back pretty quickly though. No, free kick's been awarded. Must be a holding or down the ground, I think it is, against Scott Manuel for a late tackle there. And a free kick go to John O'Goulay on the half-back flank.
Gee, that was a good tackle in the back pocket, boys, and not rewarded.
Exactly. Dane Amity, if he breaks, Bryce Singleton, he breaks that tackle, he's away on goal. There's a mark now by James Polglaze. Had a great battle, him and Michael Clark. He chips inboard to James Webster. Webster now on the right boot, plays on quickly. Bumped as his keeper, goes into Betson, spoiled there by Sinclair. Over the back it goes, Shackleton picks it up. Shackleton fumbles it, head under pressure. He gets a right kick away, well done by the veteran defender. Ryan Coughlin comes out for Killarney Vale. He's got the run of the ball, tackled by White, he dispossessed. Good tackle there again, he's going to get a free kick, however. And that was too high on Ryan Coughlin. I've got to admit, after the first quarter, you've got to commend the umpires. I reckon they've done a fantastic job to start this game.
They've let the boys go hard at it, and they're letting him get away with a little bit, but not too much, because that's exactly how that game's going to be played.
Bombers just 9 points down, but you feel that if Terrigal score next, it's going to be a massive turning point in this game. I know it's only early, but they're under enormous pressure trying to come out of their own 50, the Bombers.
You're right, Steve. I think the question's going to come after we've seen a quarter. How many goals do you think Killarney Vale can kick in the game? That's where I think it'll come down to. I'm not sure what I've seen so far that they can kick 10 goals. So they've got to stop Terrigal Avoca from kicking that many.
Oh, great grab over there. Great grab. Who was that one over there?
That was going to be Brendan Lewis. He started very well. So Brendan Lewis now on the wing, kicks it in, right boot, goes in the target. Bryce Single has been their target a lot of times when it goes forward. But James Hart, one of the most reliable defenders in the Black Diamond AFL, and he takes the mark. Chips it in short to Jay Lewis. After a quiet first quarter, he's got more possession in the second. Not a very good kick, however, and the mark is going to fall in short.
Following on what you said, Steve, this is about their third or fourth into 50 without a score at all. So they need to convert one of these. Like you said, this forward pressure really needs to come from their forward line to make sure that scoreboard pressure starts ticking over.
And look, a positive straight away. Besley took it on the wing. He's gone forward. Rick Mark's taken a mark. So Rick White up forward is a good promising move straight away for the Bombers, and he needs to convert now. Comes in, left boot on a bit of an acute angle. Looks nice off the boot, but it's a bit narrow.
Pushed it wide. Really crucial. If they're going to push him up forward, Rick, he needs to make sure he makes the most of those opportunities, because he will start being the go-to man, as well as Scotty Manuel, of course. But Rick White, he's got the size, he's got the presence, he needs to score.
Would have been a massive goal for the Bombers, and a player of his class, you'd expect him to nail that. He was on a 45-degree angle, only about 30 out.
Kick in there, nice kick by Grentel, and that has found Peter Van Dam on the half-back flank. Any movement up forward. Jay Lewis makes a call. That's ignored. Goes inboard now and finds Josh Polglaze. Josh Polglaze, he's going to go further. Clock. No, he's going to go back. And that's going to be back there now looking for Flint. Flint on the right boot. Pressured as he kicked it by Single. And up it goes. Good work by Van Dam. He overcommitted Scotty Manuel and off he goes. He handballs inboard to James Hart. Through centre half back he goes. Kicks it to the going towards centre half forward. Polglay's his target. Clark's with him. The ball comes to ground. Tom Head picks it up. Goes now to Smith. Smith on the right boot. Betson's on his own in the square. He takes the mark and he's kicked goal number 3 for Betson and goal number 3 for the Panthers.
Well under Betson. Peeled off the back there. The defender got caught in no man's land. He didn't know whether to come or to go or to stay or to prop or whatever. But Betson just kept peeling back towards that goal square. And at the end of the day, he ran into an open goal and put it over the back of the fans into the bush.
3 inside 50s apiece, boys, in this second quarter. And the Panthers come away with a goal. The Bombers just with a point.
Yeah. I think it comes back there, and you don't want to be overcritical of players, but out on the half-forward flank, the ball was a 50-50 possession. Jace Van Dam's taking the mark, but more importantly that, Scotty Manuel overrun the play, allowed Jace Van Dam to get out the back, and they were away through James Hart, and all of a sudden the ball goes forward, and it's that fast ball movement that's going to be the undoing of Killarney Vale.
Also, the Panthers not afraid to go backwards. By the way, boys, only a few players left from when I played, the old dinosaur.
There are still some left, are there, Steve?
2 of them you called just a moment ago, Cam Grentel and also Pete Van Dam, both involved in the play for Terrigal Avoca.
Were they juniors then, were they?
No, turn it up. Very good competitor, Pete Van Dam, and always, when these two sides meet, he was always involved in absolutely everything. Terrific player.
Now that clearance there was quite an interesting clearance. It come from Jackson Island for Killarney Vale. Now I haven't called him in the first quarter at all, so whether he's just come on the ground or whatever, but he'd be a very, very important player for Killarney Vale. As Pete Van Dam kicks it long, up Betson goes, up slow as the arms. Good spoil then by Sinclair. Roving down was Mifford. He gets it back there, quickly back to Shackleton. Shackleton on the right boot. It's all Terrigal Avoca back in now. And Grentel, he's going to pick it up. Mumford comes in to put a little bit of pressure on, but they've got the numbers. They're going to clear it away. Smith there goes into a poor kick, however. Turns it over to Killarney Vale. Lloyd's got it. He's tackled, though. First option's your best. Probably should have been penalised there. Grenell picks it up. Besley, though, intercept for the Bombers. He gets a handball as he was tackled. Back it goes to Dietz. Dietz does one tackle, misses it, gets tackled there by Grenell. A hurry kick going forward. I think Killarney Vale just need to take a few more first options, Steve.
Oh, absolutely. Just settle. That's what you'd be saying to the boys at the moment because they're in the contest. They're in the arm wrestle.
Oh, great grab.
Grab there by Warren. Jared Warren on the right boot now. He's going to look in there at Tom Head. Under pressure there by Shackleton. He goes to ground. Tom Head's over the ball. Shackleton keeps his feet. Goes in there now. Picked up by Coughlin. Coughlin a little handball out, but James Polglay picks it up. Ripped off him, however. I think by Robbie Zaha. Out it goes in now. A 50-50 contest. Comes down. Jared Flint's got it. He's up against Rick White. No one picks the ball up. Probably should have been tackled. Free kick's been awarded, and that'll go to Rick White.
You're bang on though, Steve. That word settle is exactly what they need to do because that half-back line for Killarney Vale, they're just kicking it out of their back line because they're feeling the pressure. It's coming and they can feel it coming, but when they're kicking it out, there's no one to kick to.
See, boys, a 2-on-1 here, but Terrigal Avoca come away with it. I think it's Jason Van Dam.
Webster gets a clearing kick there. Ball White's got it. He's got to keep it in play. He doesn't. The ball goes out of bounds. But what I was saying there before, though, Steve, about the first option, that a lot of times they've had an option, but what they've done, they've opted to try and take the tackles. That could be the result of playing against some probably easier teams in recent weeks.
And, boys, when you overuse the footy, instead of you being deep inside your forward 50 with a chance to score, suddenly you're under the pump in the back line.
Exactly.
I think the Bombers could look at changing it up again. I saw in the first quarter Dane Amity came all the way down to the half back line and delivered beautifully to centre half forward. Maybe they need some prime movers moving around the ground more.
Yep. I think you could be right there, Steve.
Whatever the changes are, mate, they do have to be cleaner with their possessions. That's what it's going to come down to.
Boundary throw in now, just half forward line, long way out from goal. A good high throw, it's a bit shallow. They probably should be called back. Play on, they call. Picked up by Josh Mifford. Well done. He gets a handball out quickly there for Paddy Shell. Paddy Shell grabs his right hamstring. That might not be a good sign. Michael Clark's moved forward. Good tackle. Scotty Manuel, he's going to butter up. He's going to kick a goal. Well done by the Bombers. But I think there's bigger story. The bigger story here as we look towards the Killarney Vale bench is Paddy Shell. You see he's coming to the bench.
Number 16, he's not looking good there, guys.
Bad news for the Bombers. As soon as he kicked the ball in, he grabbed his right hamstring, and he's one of the prime movers for Killarney Vale. And look at him on the bench there, Steve. He looks very disconsolate. I think he acknowledges that hamstring, and that is bad news for the Bombers.
Could be an early shower for him, but Scotty Manuel at least gets one on the scoreboard for Killarney Vale. Sorry, really needed. Brings him back.
Along with five-time best and fairest Paul Harrison, Paddy Shell is the heart and soul of the Bombers Football Club. Just having him out there today is massive, but you want to see him go longer than, a quarter and a half.
Yeah, look, that with a young midfield they've got, he just provides that experience. And the pressure now will go back to your likes of Rick White, your Jackson Islands, who are going to have to step up now. But apart from that, that was a good goal by Killarney Vale, something they needed, and it gets them back within 8 points. And we've played nearly 10 minutes of the second quarter.
Manuel, his 16th goal for the season, still trails Courtney Knight, the outstanding Newcastle City player, on 20 goals for the season.
Yeah, look, he's had a good year, Scott Emmanuel. Back after a couple of years with the Gosford Wildcats, also had a stint with Warners Bay. So he's been a good forward and a good target for Killarney Vale. And as you said, 2 goals, not only in the air, can get the job done on the ground as well.
Boys, I really like Mitch Betson. What's his story? Where's he come from?
I think he's a Terrigal Avoca Junior, from all reports. He's just come through, he's been around, played in their premiership side, but just really grown and improved. He's only 21 years of age, so he's still only a youngster, but by God, he's just a real good player. Will McKellar, he tumbles that forward. That's going to come in there right in the goal mouth, but push through for one behind.
He's certainly been the dominant player up front for them, hasn't he, Stevie? He's just made a presence for himself because everyone's going to him and he's making the most of his opportunities.
Oh, look, I like it when he gets the Dukes up. He's around about 6'4" by the look of him, and, big, strong body, but good in the air. And he's going to be a real handful as the game goes on. Yeah. Michael Clark just came to the boundary line. Paddy Shell there as well. So some real key players on the bench for the Bombers. But here they go inside 50.
And the ball gets in the hands of Bryce Singley. He's on the left boot. He's going to have a shot at goal. Is it going to go there battling in the square? He's lost. Oh. Unlucky play there. Good work. Good battle of strength in the goal square.
Geez, Rick White's upset with himself. He probably could have taken that, but he thought, I'm just going to shepherd this through. It's going to go through, but he's misjudged where that post was and it hit the bottom of the post.
There it comes there now as Josh Polglaze kicks it long. He's going to look for Tom Head, and he finds Tom Head, who slipped out the back. But he's marked there on the centre wing, just in the defensive side. Not a lot to go for. Betson's his target, and why wouldn't Betson be his target? Is it going to make him? Yes, it does. Up goes the hands, pushing the back there probably by Sinclair. Gets away with it, however. Lewis picks it up, and back it goes there now. Shackleton looking inboard. He's looking for Island. It's going to go over Island's head. He's going to get the run of the ball, though. However, the path has been made for... Oh, good contest. Lamb against Island. Neither of them shirked the issue, but ball's in dispute now. White goes through it. He picks it up, keeps his feet. Well done. Tapped out now by Hart.
Got the numbers.
Going to go back to Amity. Amity picks it up. Handball's back to Lloyd. Lloyd on the right, but it's not going to make the distance.
Slips catch.
Single picked up well. White, though, on the right boot. He's having a shot at goal.
Right.
Rick White!
Well done. Killarney Vale worked that magnificently. They were not going to let this one go, Steve. They wanted that goal.
Yeah, from outside 50, Rick White. And can you believe, boys, they're back to 2 points. 2-point ball game after 13 minutes.
Yeah, look, I can certainly believe it. And as we mentioned in the first quarter, the ability, the Bombers to win this game, they need Rick White being a real dominant force forward of the centre. Taking marks at fullback, all good and well for the time, but it's not going to win them the game by playing down there deep in defence.
A lot of people that have been around the Bombers footy club for a long time, they rate Jackson Island so highly, and you saw that with the hit he put on, like when the ball's inside the forward 50, and they had numbers around the footy, as you saw. I think the Bombers outnumbered Terrigal 4-2.
Yeah, look, good work by Island. Back it comes now as Kirkman. A quick reply required by Terrigal Avoca, and the mark's taken there by Tom
that was
Head.
touched.
That was touched.
Everyone saw it except for the field umpire.
Oh, look, you've got to give your brother one every now and again, mate. It's all there in the backyard. Just to say that Lockie Head and Tom Head are brothers, of course. Didn't mean anything by that, however, but that's just a bit of humour there. But Tom Head now, he's going to line up.
We'll just edit that when the replay's on, guys. I won't have heard it. Don't worry about it.
Tom Head now comes in about 50 metres out from goal. 2-3, casual walking, kicks it, got plenty of height on it. Has he got the distance? I'm not sure. I think it's going to land up in the square. Up they go, down they come. Lewis picks it up. He gets on the right boot, clears it away for Killarney Vale. Out towards Castelnuovo. He's up there, out there also up against... I think that was Sarich.
I'll tell you what, the Killarney Vale defence is doing much better this quarter than they did the last one, is they're not all getting sucked into their 50. They're actually giving themselves some space when it comes out. So when the ball is actually coming out, there's a lot of people through the centre of the park, whereas in the first quarter, they had too many guys behind that 50-metre arc, and they just couldn't get it out.
And we've spoken a lot about Mitch Betson, but what they've also done in this quarter, better than they did in the first, is that they've been able to put pressure through the midfield, so he's not getting a lot of clean ball coming his way, which is helping out, obviously, Sean Sinclair, his direct opponent. Boundary throw in, half forward flank. Terrigal Avoca's attacking half of the ground. Now to come a ball. Free kick's going to be paid for blocking. And in the ruck, and it's going to go to Max Mumford. Undersized ruckman, but can jump and does a fantastic job for Killarney Vale. Mumford.
Good spring gazzer, and I was just thinking against Terrigal Avoca with Angus Darling, such a good tap ruckman, you'd rarely win a hit out, but today the Bombers are getting plenty around the stoppages.
And Max Mumford be probably 6 foot, probably 6'1", so he's undersized a ruckman, but good jump, competes really well, and that's all you got to do. If he can break it down to 50-50, it's going to go a long way to giving their midfield an even share of the ball. Down it goes there now. Van Dam overruns the ball. Bit of a pack develops, picked up there by Lloyd. Lloyd's not going anywhere though, and Darryl Luck.
Do you tell the other guys who's starting to step up a bit is Bryce Singleton here in the half forward line. He's just getting up and about a bit more than what he did in the first quarter, and that's giving them options moving forward. So he's starting to pull his opposite number out and just giving a bit more space to blokes like Amity and obviously Rick White.
And that's a structural change that John Pigeon's made. When we saw him here in round 2, he's actually playing in defence, and he actually went off with an ankle injury. So since he's come back, he kicked. He's moved forward. And there's a great, just on song, he moves forward, takes the
hurt us.
Can he make it? He doesn't think he can. He gets it in quickly on the lead. Rick White
on the
lovely chest. Good play. Once again, that fast ball movement gets it in one-on-one. And Rick White again playing out of the square against Jason Van Dam. He read the ball better and able to take a mark on his chest.
He's nearly in the exact same spot, sitting right on top of the McGrath Foundation logo on the ground. Beautifully done today by Best Signs. And Rick White should be doing this straight through the big sticks.
Comes in, kicks it, and he's got it.
And got it.
2 goals to Rick White.
Cake and tea going everywhere in the high tea over there goes. The ladies are loving it now.
And why wouldn't they as well? Because would you believe it, the Bombers have now hit the front.
Yeah, Killarney Vale certainly lifted this quarter, Steve. This is exactly what they would have wanted coming out of their quarter time ruck. There was a lot of talk in that ruck, wasn't there? There was a lot of emotion. We're still in it. The tank's still full. Was getting called out.
7 inside 50s to 5, and I like the work of Singleton, but I think Brendan Lewis has been terrific so far this afternoon for the Bombers, doing plenty of work across that. Like he's deep in the back line. Not sure where he's actually lining up. Is it the half back line? But he's been outstanding for Killarney Vale. Yeah,
been able to mop up. When the ball hits the ground, he's been the first one there. And his decision-making's pretty good as well. And doesn't get ruffled. He uses normally a good user of the football. And that's where a lot of their springboard in this quarter has come from the back line. But back we go in the middle. Lockhead bounces it down. Goes to McKellar. He gets the advantage, but Lockhead's going to call the ball back. Let's have another crack at that one.
I'll tell you what, they say it all the time. It's a cliche, but geez, the next goal's important, isn't it?
It is. Well,
early.
The Bombers, as we keep saying, it was only 10 minutes ago we were talking about that. Where was their next goal going to come from? How many goals are they going to kick? And they've responded with 3 quick ones. So they might kick that 10 goals.
But their forward line looks a lot more open. At the moment, we've got 4 players inside their 50, but there was plenty of space last time they came in, and they're opening it up for Rick White.
But have a look at their forward line. You've got Manuel in the square, White about 25 metres out, Mifsud and Singleton. So they've now got 3 legitimate forward targets to kick the ball to. If they get the ball in quickly, there goes Lewis. I said he doesn't waste many, but under pressure, he's kicked that out of bounds on the full. But there now, if they can get that ball in quickly, they've got 3 legitimate targets.
Gee, the commentator's curse. It's kicked straight in, hasn't it? Brendan Lewis out of bounds on the full after we gave him a wrap.
Welcome to the team, Steve.
Yeah. Cameron Grandel, he gets it there now, centre half back, called to play on, under pressure there by Mifsud. He comes on the left boot. The target is up there. I think that was Flint. It was Flint's ball there by Coughlin. Out it comes to Lloyd. Lloyd now is playing more the centre of the ground. He's been caught. He's been a little bit slow today. He's missed the last couple of weeks with an injury, Daniel Lloyd. And he just looks a little bit out of touch, just getting caught a couple of times. His decision-making probably hasn't been as quick as what he would like to be. But anyway, I think he paid that for out on the 4. But the free kick's going to go there to Evans. In-ball to Brad Dietz. Brad Dietz there now. He chips it in short. The target's going to be Jackson Island. Jackson Island takes up. Swings around immediately on the left boot. He goes out there looking for Mumford. Mumford up against Smith. Mumford picks it up. Breaks a tackle.
Well done.
Smith.
Get rid of it.
Comes in. Good work, Riley Clifton. Tackles as he kicks it. Mumford comes in. Spoiled by McKellar. McKellar quickly picks it up and kicks it to the centre of the ground. Well, Webster should take the mark, and he does, and he's away. He runs through the centre circle. Spearing pass across the Goulet. No one in there. James Polgo's the only one there. A very open forward line. But John O'Goulet says, nope. I'm going to take the responsibility of this, and I'm going to have the shot on goal.
Yeah, best option. Needs to calm down the forward line too. Now, give their teammates a bit of a break. They've been doing a lot of defending, a lot of running. He needs to go back and kick this, and they'll straight away be back in the lead and feel like they've actually not lost nothing.
Yeah, and look, James Webster, that was all class coming through the centre of the ground there, Steve. Comes in there, Goulet on the right boot. He went back and said, I'll take the responsibility, but he's just going to pull the ball, and it's going to go to the left of the goal post, and it's behind to Terrigal Avoca.
3-point ball game after 19 minutes, boys.
Yeah, look, and a great contest. This game certainly lived up to all the anticipation and expectation. And look, I've really enjoyed this. As over the back it goes, Lamb goes straight through it. He goes for a second go. Plenty of players in there for Killarney Vale, however, as it's picked up there as Robert Zaha grabs the ball, and it's going to go for a ball up.
Geez, Bryce Singleton copped a heavy knock there. He got up very, very slowly. He's jogging back to the spot now, but he's very, very slow to get up. Copped the shoulder, the head. He didn't like that one.
Gee, I like Ben Lamb. They were a recruit from soccer, first year at AFL. He just goes in hard, straight out. Anyone gets in his way, he'll just put the body contact with it. He doesn't mind that. As over the back it goes, the ball lands into the soft spot and doesn't roll anywhere, but grabbed there by Killarney Vale. A free kick, high tackle there, paid by Lockheed, and the free kick's going to go to Corey Shackleton, who's had a great game, the veteran. He's been very solid down back.
And just saying that, mate, Singleton has come to the bench. He's not looking very good at all. He's looking a bit ill. If they start losing troops now, that's going to be the name of the game for them today, is they're just going to run out of troops.
Yeah,
Ryan Coughlin, the fresh player on in the 26.
Yeah, look, just rubbing his shoulder a bit and trying to get some movement back in that shoulder. So he'll be back on shortly. Look to be okay. He's picked up there, Island now. He gets it. He runs through the centre. Manuel's his target. He's up against Polglade. The good contest there. Ball come to ground. Manuel's there with Pole. Good battle. Amity comes to give him a hand. Well done, Josh Polglade. He went to ground. Got the handball out. Jace Van Dam. He picks it up. Rode the bump and then gets it onto his trusty left boot. Out towards the centre wing. Riley Clifton leads in the race to ground. Kicked out of bounds the full. You've got to bend lower than that. If you are 18 years of age, you've got to bend down and pick that ball up.
When you're 40, on the wrong side of 40, mate, you can't bend down, but when you're 18, you should be doing that all day.
Free kick to Lewis. Lewis got on the wing, kicks it in there inboard. Up they go. Van Dam's got the target. Grendel's got it, but Pete Van Dam, he takes a really an uncontested mark, which is disappointing for Killarney Vale, given it's inside their forward 50. Van Dam now on the right boot, chips it in short. Cameron Grendel's his target. No, sorry, that's Corey Billings. Billings there, they've manned up pretty well, Killarney Vale. Not many options for him to go, so he does chip it in short. Up there and it goes the mark. He's going to be taken there by Jared Warren. Once again, they need to chip around, but very patient. Terrigal Avoca in their build-up. He gets on the right boot. Tom Hedges' target up against Shackleton. Shackleton third man up. Spoils it. Comes down to Billings, who's run on. Now gets the right boot. In there looking for Betson. Sinclair has a front position. It goes over the back to Goulet. He picks it up on the right boot. In there looking for Clifton. Clifton up against Lewis. Good battle. Lewis spoils the ball. It comes there now. I think that's Coughlin. He gets it. He's tackled by Clifton. Goes to Lewis. He gets it back up. Coughlin picks it up. He's tackled there by Lamb. Down it comes to Lloyd. Lloyd handballs over the top. Brad Deitch picks it up, shows a bit of candy. Back he goes though. He's under pressure, however. Gets a handball to Lloyd. I think he was under more pressure than what Deitch was. But good pressure there. Picked up. Deitch has backed up nicely and got a kick. Well worked out by the Bombers. Up to Amity. Spoiled by Grentel. Down in front of the coach's box. And it's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Geez, they did that well, Killarney Vale's backline. They were under immense pressure and they just kept moving it forward, popping up the handballs and did a very good job.
Yeah, I agree. Some of the Bombers forwards, they've got to get the Dukes up and really make a strong contest. And sometimes when it's inside the forward 50, I noticed one of the boys tried to put a bump on. You've got to lock it in there and give your side another chance. Don't try to put a hit on. Try to wrap them up, contain the ball.
Yeah, look, and we're approaching half-time. That'll be a couple of minutes to go before half-time. So a very important time for both teams. Be looking for a goal.
Certainly Killarney Vale's quarter. They wouldn't want to concede one now.
No, it'd be disappointing if they did. But down it comes to Betson. Quickly hurried forward. They're going to have the last opportunity, though. Tom Ed picks it up. Goals in front of him. He has a kick, but he sprayed it off the left boot. And it's swinging back, but it'll go through for a solitary behind.
Geez, he liked the look of it too, didn't he? Swung around on the big left. He thought, I'm going to have a go at this one, but fortunately pushed it to the left for the Bombers.
Lewis clears it out there. Goes out there now quickly by Ireland. I'm not sure if Ireland must have been here for the first quarter because I don't think he was on the ground. But goes over the top there now to use Wells. Kirkman's up there with him and the ball's going to go out of bounds because he certainly looks a class act, Jackson Ireland. He's been away for a couple of years, but he comes back and looks... He just adds that bit of class through the middle.
Shame they couldn't take the grab there on the outer wing because they had a chance to go coast to coast. I like the look of the Bombers late in this second quarter. They look like they can get Terrigal Avoca on the edges.
I think they can. I think you're dead right there, Steve. And look, they'll go in at half time with a lot of confidence. As Mumford now, he gets it. Can they sneak a quick one? Singleton back on the ground. He's going to swing on the left boot. Here he goes. Here's his target. His target is White. Picked up on the half volley. No mark. Under by Van Dam tackled him. He could have tackled him high. But out it comes again. Dane Amity. He's there under pressure from Grentel, however. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. Gee, if that ball had been a metre further on, Rick White would have taken uncontested chest mark and be lining up for a shot at goal.
Look, the piece at the moment that's not quite there is Amity. He's been trying his best all day, but he just hasn't been able to get right in the play and be a threat. There it is.
There we go. The siren has sounded for the end of the first half, and what a first half of football it has been here in the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup Round 6 match of the week, and it is Killarney Vale 4-2-26. Leading the league leaders and the undefeated side after 5 rounds, Terrigal Avoca, who are 3-6-24. So a 2-point lead to Killarney Vale.
Goal kickers for Killarney Vale, 2 to Rick White and Scott Manuel, and Terrigal Avoca still all Mitch Betson with 3 straight.
Gee, that's a good observation, what you said about Dane Amity. He's such a class player in the 2013 Black Diamond Team of the Year. And if they can get him open, if they can get him up and running in this third quarter, the Bombers, they're in with a massive chance.
All of a sudden, those options up front that Gaz couldn't see are now starting to appear. They're starting to sprig the little roots of potential up there. They need this quarter.
They'd be very happy with that setup with Singleton and Rick White. Isolate those two, give them plenty of space and time as the Oz kickers take the field here at the Adelaide Street Oval.
Oh, fantastic. Don't you just love the Oz kickers running out there? It's fantastic to get them involved in this great day. And it is a real festive atmosphere here with the charity day being held by Killarney Vale, funds being raised for the McGrath Foundation. It's a really good day, good crowd, and look, they're all enjoying themselves and also witnessing a fantastic game of football.
Yeah, massive round of applause to the Killarney Vale Club. They've done a wonderful, wonderful job. Oz kickers everywhere. Ladies' Day high teas happening. The teams from around the area who've already played are coming to watch it. It's a fantastic day and well supported by the local Central Coast people, and so it should be. It's a fantastic match as well.
Just having a look here at the Terrigal Avoca Panthers as they head toward the change rooms. James Webster's had a little bit to say. What would Chris Bishop say at halftime in the sheds?
Oh, look, Chris Bishop is a pretty calm customer. He understands we're only halfway through a game and there's 2 points in it. He knows he's got a class side, but look at what he will be enthused by this though is that they've actually now been challenged. So he will be able to really put it on his players to really, okay, can we rise to this challenge? Can we actually be able to handle when the opposition put really good pressure on us? How are we going to respond? And that's what he'll be putting. That's the challenge that he'll be putting to his players at half time.
And you're right though, they are a good team, but to get better they need to be challenged. If they're going to run right over teams, there's just nothing in it for them, and this Killarney Vale side showing that they are not going to stand down, they're going to stand up.
Boys, who gets the points victory at half time in the midfield battle? We spoke about that on TV yesterday, Gary, and what are your thoughts at half time?
Well, look, I would think that probably Killarney Vale, I think, have probably won the battle. I think they've probably been more cleaner and had the more possession going forward, cleaner than probably what Terrigal Avoca had. Terrigal Avoca seem to have a more open forward line and look more dangerous when they get it in there. But I think at the moment, not a lot in it, but probably Killarney Vale, because, as I said, they're leading the game, so they would have had to have won the centre battle for them to be in the contest.
We spoke about the Bombers trying to get Dane Amity up and running. What about John O'Goulet? We haven't called him a whole lot in that opening half.
No, look, they've done a very good job. I think Ryan Cogner's been playing on him and done a really, really good job. He's played in the ruck, he's played up forward, so he's been used in a number of positions, but I think at the end of the day, I think it's just a matter of you need to be, and this is the whole thing, think about the whole Terrigal. Killarney Vale were in this similar situation against Newcastle City and fell away badly after half time. So matching it for half is one thing, but can they keep going?
What about Father Time, boys? Just saw Justin Daly, who looks a lot like Mumford when he used to play, and now pushing a pram with 2 young kids and part of that 2007 Premiership squad. Yeah,
also, I think he's also coached the Killarney Vale reserve grade side of their first division side, who had a narrow loss today to Wyong Lake. So great to have him still involved, and like I said, he's a member of the 2007 Premiership side, so part of the family here at Killarney Vale, and they're pushing the pram with 2 young kids.
Well, the smell of sausages is drifting across the box now, gentlemen, so we'll have a small break, and we just want to thank our wonderful sponsor of the 2014 season in the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup, Wilson Security, Prime 7, Newcastle Herald, 104.5, BLK, Sports Coast, Trophy and Embroidery. As we go to the halftime break, the Bombers are up 4-26 over the Panthers, 3-6. 24. We'll be back live at Adelaide Street Oval in a few minutes' time.
Mate, just gave you a wrap.
Oh, jeez. Good to see you down here.
And of course, the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup wishes to thank all of their sponsors: Wilson Security, Prime 7, Newcastle Herald, Star 104.5, BLK, Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, and of course brought to you live on Bar TV as we head to the sideline with Steve Allen.
Thanks very much, and Andrew Barty here, and your son Josh spending time in WA. He was part of the Swan setup, but now with the famous football club over there, Claremont.
Yeah, that's correct. He went over for a holiday after leaving the Swans and decided to stay when Claremont offered him a spot to try and out in their Colts side.
Are they reigning champions in the waffle?
Yeah, they were last year's premiers in the waffle, and they've got about 10 or 12 state players there in the WA side, and look like getting probably 4 or 5 boys drafted this year at the end of the year.
Will he get a sniff at some stage of playing ones over there?
Hopefully he will. Their focus over there at the moment is to keep the Colts in the Colts, but they've sort of sounded him out about staying for next year and putting on some more weight to give him a sort of a body to play first grade.
What does he say about the standard of the competition compared to New South Wales?
It's chalk and cheese. The standard over there is TAC Cup standard at under 18 level in Victoria, so it's rated very highly.
What parts of his game is he trying to work on over there?
They've given him a different role. He's playing shutdown roles in the back line because of his size, and he's just basically changed positions from being a forward and a non-baller to now having a backline role.
I've got to say, to be every young footballer's dream, if you're not playing in the AFL, to be playing in a competition at that standard.
Yeah, very much so. And like I said, they've sounded him out for next year, and he's thinking about staying. A bit homesick at the moment, but hopefully he'll get over that.
And have you been over to watch him?
Yeah, I've watched him twice during the year, and seen a dramatic improvement in his fitness, his ball skills, and the whole club culture over there is completely different to New South Wales.
What about these two footy clubs? Whenever they go at it, it's usually a torrid encounter, and no exception today. And the Bombers coming back in that second quarter. Rick White impressive, also Singleton in the forward line as well has been good.
Yeah, no, it's a very exciting game for me. It's very pleasing to see 6 Gosford juniors out here playing, 4 for Terrigal and 2 for Killarney Vale. So to see a couple of boys that I've coached over the years and had a bit to do with playing senior footy for both clubs. It's very exciting.
Did you say that Josh is watching the Bar TV feed in WA as we speak?
No, he's only just finished playing because they're 2 hours behind. So I think they got a bit of a touch-up today. So he's not talking to me at the moment. So, but his numbers were pretty good from what I saw on the stats live.
Good on you. Best of luck to Josh. And back to you, Ivan.
Fantastic work, Steve. Welcome aboard the team for the Round 6 clash today. We love having you on board as the Killarney Vale Bombers, of course, are celebrating Ladies' Day here today and a wonderful turnout in their high tea in the club room, raising funds for the McGrath Foundation. So congratulations to everyone here at the Killarney Vale Bombers Football Club. You've done a wonderful job. And, of course, the boys are wearing the wonderful pink strips today. They're going to buy them and auction a few of them off, so make sure you check out the Killarney Vale Bombers website during the week and see if you can grab yourself one of those wonderful jerseys and, of course, raise some money for a very, very great cause in the McGrath Foundation. We, of course, will be back for more action very soon at the Adelaide Street Oval in the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup Round 6 fixture between Killarney Vale and Terrigal Avoca. And we're going to head silent again with Steve Allen for another great interview. Head to you, Steve.
Ivan, Johnny Pigeon here, the coach of the Killarney Vale Bombers. What did the numbers tell you at half-time?
Look, a lot more inside 50s second quarter. Really pleased with the efforts. Centre clearances even better, and stoppages. Hard ball gets really on top that quarter.
You look like you can get them on the edges today. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, we feel as though we're winning the better footy, but we just need to be a bit more polished. We spoke about composure when we got the footy, so that's our aim for the second half.
That's working well, isolating Singleton and also Rick White in the forward line. Do you need to get Amity up and running as well?
Yeah, well, we spoke about that, getting a bit more involved and getting him up the field, so that'll happen in the second half.
What's the key to stopping Terrigal?
I think we shut down Webster, and that goes a long way to playing, getting the points. But yeah, look, we just keep winning the footy, and it'll take care of itself.
Thanks for your time. Good luck in the third quarter.
Thanks, Steve.
Fantastic work with John Pigeon there from Steve Allen. And, of course, the boys are just making their way back out on the park. We'll be back very soon for some more commentary on Bar TV live at bdafl.com.au and, of course, theherald.com.au. And, of course, we've got Steve Allen on the sideline. Take it away, Steve.
Chris Bishop, the Terrigal Avoca Panthers coach, you must have been happy with the first quarter, but at the moment 9 scoring shots to 6 and you trail by 2.
Yeah, it's just our work rate and our finish is not really coming together at the moment. Jackson Island's made a huge impact on them in that second quarter. But look, I'm happy the way the boys are going. We just need to get that class back in our game and lay those tackles and get the reward we've been deserving.
You looked a lot cleaner going inside 50, but they outnumbered the inside 50s in that second term.
Yeah, we're not running. We're running one way. We're not doing our two-way running. So that needs to improve massively. And look, we got rotations need to probably get more involved, and the bench needs to making more an impact. But we'll be right.
You haven't been pushed a whole lot this year. Good to have a close one.
Yeah, look, and it's totally different on this ground. So Hilton more to this ground, and finals are going to be on a ground like this, so we need to get sorted out pretty early.
Who has impressed you in the opening half?
For our players, look, Webster's been all right. Mitchy Betson stuck some beautiful marks. As I said, Jackson Island's starting to open the game up, and Rick's, one out down forward's a real concern.
Thanks for your time on Bar TV. Good luck. Chris Bishop, back to you, Ivan.
Great work, Steve, mate. You've got a good career in media if you stick to it, young trainee. So well done. Thanks for coming along today, and great work by both coaches, John Pidgeon and Chris Bishop, for giving us some of their time today, Gaz. Gaz, some scores from around the ground on what is a great day for football.
Yeah, of course. The score here is at half-time, Killarney Vale 4-2-26, leading Terrigal Avoca 3-6-24. At number 1 Sports Ground at half-time, Newcastle City, a big second quarter, 8-10-58, leading Cardiff 3-4-22. At Fagan's Over, we've got a tight one there. Singleton 6-3-39, leading Warners Bay 5-6-36. And down at Muswellbrook in the second division competition at half-time, 5-3-33, leading Lake Macquarie 3-5-23. And a couple of completed scores in the first division, Wyong Lakes 13-8-86, Killarney Vale 10-8-68. Newcastle City 16-9-105 defeated Cardiff 3-5-23. And in some second division games, Terrigal Avoca 17-19-121 defeated Wyong Lakes 2-3-15. Newcastle City 18-18-126, Cardiff 3-8-26, and Warners Bay 13-11-83. Singleton 10-3-63.
It's a feast of football. Well done, Gaz, as we move into the second half of this game, live from Adelaide Street Oval. It's a fantastic day for football around, some close games everywhere. Thank you again to the coaches, Chris Bishop and John Pidgeon. Fantastic job doing some interviews coming back. They look cool, they look calm, but they both looked a little bit under the pump, Gaz.
Yeah, certainly do, mate. What are your thoughts for what's going to happen from here?
Well, I tipped the Killarney Vale Bombers at the start. I like to think that they're going to still hold it on. But again, this is the championship quarter right here, mate. If they can hang on and be close at three-quarter time, it's anyone's game.
Right here, right now. And straight away I noticed that there's a tagging job in the centre of the ground. Jackson Island tagging by Ben Lamb. So there's a first move made by Terrigal Avoca coach Chris Bishop trying to quell the influence of Ireland. But we're underway as Terrigal Avoca kicking to the right of the screen in the red, white and black. In the pink and the black is a Killarney Vale, and their skipper leads the way straight away. And a spearing pass into the youngster Tom Mumford. Mumford on the centre wing now. Slips on the right boot. Goes in there looking for Amity. We wanted him to get in the game, and they went to him early. But a good spoil over the top by Jared Warren, and he punches it not only out of bounds but over the fence and probably 15 metres back. That's not coming back in a hurry.
Geez, the Terrigal Avoca boys got around him too. High five, back slaps, the whole lot. They knew that was important, and they are up for it straight away.
Yep, good work there. Boundary throw, another beautiful throw in by the boundary umpire. As up goes McKellar, a big fist goes forwards, going towards the boundary line. Coming in there is Bond, slips over in the wet part of the ground in front of Damon Smith, and we're going to have another boundary throw in. Boundary umpires today, Cameron James, Reece Gosper, complemented there by the field umpires, Darryl Luck, Roger Crowhurst and Lockie Head, and of course in the goals, the experienced pair of Richard Cornish and John Sullivan. Another boundary throw in, and what another beauty. Up it goes, McKellar against Mumford. No one gets a clear tap down. It goes there, Lewis goes to ground. He's dived on top of it. It's going to be in the back, and a free kick's going to go the way of Jay Lewis. On the centre wing, an open forward line for Terrigal Avoca. Head will be his target. No, it's not. He goes across the ground. Running there. Beautiful running. He's taken there by Josh Polglaze. It's James Polglaze on the right boot. Kicks it long. Head beats his target. Well done by Sean Sinclair. Pushed him under the ball a little bit. He recovers it better, but Corey Billings now has got it. He fumbled the ball. Tackled by Bond. Good tackle by Bond. And clearing out of the way is Sean Sinclair. Back to centre half back. Not out of the road yet. Kirkman had it. Kirkman lost it. Picked up there nicely though by Hugh Wells. And he goes to ground, but picked up by Webster. He Fantastic getting ball out of tight situation. Pete Van Dam gets it, chips it out to Damon Smith on the wing, looking in forward to target. James Polglaze, he's found him.
What a great kick by Damon Smith. Perfect weight, perfect distance, and got him right between the shoulders.
Doesn't he use the football well? Was it him a moment ago that had the ball into the centre square?
Yeah, that was him there as well. So really good play there. And look, start with James Webster there. That was coming nowhere, that ball. And he just got in there and fired it out. But James Polglaze, important kick for the Panthers. Comes in, strikes at neither. Doesn't strike at neither, but it's going to be good enough though. He's wobbled that ball straight. And that's an important start for the Terrigal Avoca Panthers. And that's the first goal on the board there for James Polglaze.
Geez, his body language gave it away. As soon as he kicked it, he dropped his head. But then he saw, hang on a second, this is going through anyway. And all of a sudden, he was pointing to the sky and high-fiving all around.
Yeah, look, and good play there by the Bombers. They were able to get it in, and Damon Smith found him nicely. He only had 2 or 3 metres on his opponent there, James Polglaze, but that was enough. Just cleared him with a pinpoint pass.
Steve, can I ask you quickly, you interviewed both coaches. Apart from what they said, how did you read their demeanour? What do you reckon they're thinking at the moment?
Oh, look, it's round 6, boys. It's a real test for both of them after they've only really been challenged both sides twice this year. I think they're both enjoying the physicality. They want their sides to really knuckle down in this third quarter and go on with it. But it's a pretty open contest at the moment. It's hard to pick the winner from here.
Yeah,
Very much so.
Yeah, I think both sides have had their moments during the game, haven't they, where they look like that they were going to really get on top and dominate the game, and then all of a sudden the other side comes back. So we've got an even contest, but I still reckon that Killarney Vale are still going to need to withstand an onslaught from Terrigal Avoca at some stage.
They will come, guys, and they'll come hard.
Evans now, he chips it out wide, go to the wing, and it's going to go out of bounds.
So when you talk about the coaches, you got Chris Bishop, who was the coach of the year in New South Wales, which is an enormous accolade, and then Johnny Pigeon comes from that South Australian system. They're not going to get carried away, keep their players nice and calm. The days of just going berserk at half-time in the change rooms are long gone unless your side's been abysmal through the afternoon.
Well, we talked a bit earlier in Steve, the old pies and Coke and a couple of durries at half-time are all gone, mate, sadly for some people.
That's why you retired, Ivan. That's how you tell me. Anyway, goes into half forward now. It's picked up by Gourlay. He breaks a tackle. He goes there, swings it around, snaps it towards goal. Who's got it back there? James Polglaze goes back. Dropped.
Is that out in the full?
No, I think he came off his knees. Dropped what he should have taken there, probably. And it's going to be out of bounds. I think it's going to be a boundary throw in. There's a bit of a conference coming. But I thought it came off his knee. It is a boundary throw in.
The Natives are getting a bit restless on that one, guys. They didn't like that one.
No, but I think it was the correct decision. Boundary throw in, 5 metres around from the Terrigal Avoca goal. Currently lead by 4 points early in the third quarters. Down it comes there, picked up there by Wells. He's dispossessed. Goes in there now. Two Killarney Vale players fighting for the ball themselves. And it's going to be a ball up. I think it was quite funny there. Rick White actually tackled Jackson Island then. So
good comment, though, by John Pigeon that Webster's the key. If you can nullify him, you've got a massive chance.
Exactly right. You could probably say, on the other hand, Island and White for the other side as well. So... he's going to penalise him. Who's he go?
Rick White's not happy with it either, getting up.
Yeah, look, and I wouldn't be overly happy with that either. But they've done a pretty good job today, the umpires. But playing a free kick like that, we're in 15, 20 metres of goals. Going to give James Webster a chance to make a back-to-back goals for Terrigal Avoca and give him slip out to a nice 10-point lead.
And boys, we haven't seen it all day. You just want it's got to be consistent through the rest of the game now.
Yes.
Webster.
Here he is.
Hasn't kicked the goal today. Comes in. The reigning elite David Mellon. He's kicked that one as well.
No trouble there for Webster. Puts it through the uprights and becomes the second single goal scorer so far today for Terrigal Avoca. And I tell you what, if they start spreading the ball around a little bit, as Rick White keeps going on with it, he's just not happy. He's got to get his demeanour back very quickly, gentlemen.
Gee, the feeling's really got in the game now, Steve, hasn't it? To say it's round 6 means nothing. You put a Killarney Vale footballer against a Terrigal Avoca football, and it means something.
Yeah, like I said, you pencil this one in pre-season, and you're ready to go toe-to-toe every time. I just saw the Spoon Man, Dave Grimman, legends are around here from both clubs today, and just hoping their club can get up. I saw Corey Shackleton talk to Rick White a second ago and just said, calm down, let that one go, let's get right back in it, get the next goal.
Exactly. Down it goes, tap down there by Mumford, but goes straight to Lewis. White there in front of Lewis, but Brendan Lewis probably held him for a long time, but play on's a call. Down it comes now to Amity, a hurry kick forward. Who's the race coming for? Leading the race, but he's hard in front of Singleton. Singleton grabs him, may have legged him, play on's a call. Picked up there now by White. He goes over the top of Lewis, tackled in front by Smith. Probably could have got a couple of free kicks there. There comes to Singleton. Back it comes to Mifsud. It's a hot ball at the moment. Down it comes again to White. He's probably in the back there a third time. Geez, if he gets penalised there for holding the ball in, I think he's a hard man.
They're letting him go a bit, aren't they now? Which is what you come back to, Steve, when you said they've paid one up here, but it's nowhere near goal, so they just let it go. That's not right.
Anyway,
Just one of those soft goals in a big match that you don't want to see them ping for that.
yeah, exactly, especially at an important time. You know, it gave him that 10-point break. But anyway, here they come now. It's out it comes from Zara. He goes forward, looking for Manuel. He's up against Van Dam. Up they go. Good work by Jace Van Dam. Down the ground was Hart. He's tackled from front on by Manuel. Ball goes down the ground. It's going to be a ball up. Tell you what, there's plenty in the tackles at the moment. The pressure in this game has certainly lifted a notch. I'm not sure the standard had, but the pressure certainly has.
Yeah, you're right there, guys. The skill set isn't still where I think both coaches would want it to be, but that's because of the pressure on the ball. That's because of the veracity of which both teams are attacking the pill.
So down it comes there now, Lewis. He handball as he's tackled, goes back towards the centre of the ground to a dangerous area. But once again, it's going to be a free kick paid for a high tackle, and it's going to go the way of... It's going to be James Hart. So Hart there picked himself, extracted himself there from the legs of Michael Besley. He handballs it off there now. It goes to Grendel. He has a bounce. I think that's the first bounce we've had today. Handballed over the top to Webster. Webster back to Hart, and we're back where we started from. He now gets the kick, looking out there for Sarich, but it falls short there, and Flint's going to get the mark. He's going to be... A free kick's going to be paid for chopping of the hands. Free kick to Jared Flint. Defensive side of defensive side of centre wing. Looks in, spearing pass, looking for Goulet and finds him. Goulet takes the mark, nearly off there, but marks in front of Rob Zara. On the right boot now, he goes in there looking for Jace Van Dam at the other end of the ground. He's run all the way down, chased by Scott Emanuel. Good work by Jace Van Dam. He's on the handballs on the right hand, goes back to Riley Clifton. If he can pick it up, he can have a shot on goal. He fumbles it, but Daniel Lloyd tackles him, brings him to ground, picked up by Jace Van Dam again. Back it goes to Cameron Grendel. They've all pushed up Terrigal Avoca. They've got a big press on at the moment, but Daniel Lloyd's got it. What's he got to go for? If the forwards have followed their defenders, there'd be nothing up there. But he looks in there for Dane Amity and Bryce Singleton, but James Hart marks it. James Hart goes backward now to Jared Warren. It doesn't, not a very good kick, but he's got plenty of time. He'll come across the ground looking for Jared Flint. They're moving the ball well at the moment, Terrigal Avoca. His next target will be Brandon Sarich. No, he goes longer than that, looking for Alexander White. Running back is Ryan Coughlin. Well done by White as Brendan Lewis overrun the ball. On the right boot, looking for Betson against Sinclair. Betson pushed out of it by Sinclair. Good defensive play. He can't get a handle of it now, though. He's tackled there by Goulet. Back it comes now. Betson's got the run of the ball. Clark's going to come and meet it, though. And Clark picks it up. Dodges one, dodges two. Kicks it out there looking for White. White in front of Sarich, and Rick White takes the mark.
Great grab from Rick White there.
Gee, this Bombers back line's been good in the last couple of minutes. I think Clifton was about 10 metres clear. I'm not sure who's got the match up there, but the Bombers diffused the situation.
Did very well there, and a good kick there by Rick White finds Rob Zara. As we said, every possession now really counts, and you have to earn it. So Rob Zara on the half-back flank.
I'll tell you
Who's
what,
he got to go to? There's no one to go to, so he has to go out wide. He's going to get away with that as well. As mark there taken by Michael Besley.
if Goulet starts stepping up like he's already doing and showing this third quarter, guys, he's going to be a force for the rest of the game.
Sorry, it's not Besley, that is Evans. Oh, he tries to run around McKellar. He doesn't get away with it. Betson now taps it back to Van Dam. Evans tries to redeem himself with a fierce tackle in there. Betson's over the ball. It's going to come out there. Sinclair probably got legged, but it comes back to Billings. He tackles without the ball, but he picks it up there now, tries to force his way forward. Back it comes to White. He's tackled there by Billings. A quick handball across to Mifsud. It comes in there. Who's going to lead the race for the ball? It's done there by Flint, but picked up by Mumford. Back to Amity. Amity on the left boot under pressure. Spears it into Manuel!
Fantastic vision by Amity. He was on the left. He didn't have any options. It looked like he had nowhere to go, and he was the perfect pass.
Class player. Let me tell you a quick story, boys. Dane Amity, I think he's taken the greatest mark of all time in Black Diamond history.
Oh.
Let's call this home first.
Manuel comes in right boot. It's important for the Bombers, and he makes no mistake. 3 goals to Scotty Manuel, and the margin now comes back to 4 points.
Crucial.
Corey Shackleton to the bench. This greatest mark of all time. Dane Amity, I know because I gave him the kick. It was at Adcock Park, West Gosford, against the Tigers one afternoon. And Dane Amity had the sit, but then extended fully to take the grab, and we were just all in stitches. You only expect that at the MCG. It was just Jezelenko-like. for Dane Amity.
Wow, well, if they could do with a couple of them today, Steve.
Circa probably 2003.
But he's just showed them what he brings to the game. They like off 1 or 2 steps, he was able to spearing past the advantage of Scott Manuel, and he made no mistake. Got 2 metres on his opponent, and then, like all good forwards, converts very well. But back in the middle now, Smithson gets it well. After quite second quarter, he's really starting to get the ball out of the clearances. Daniel Lloyd leads in the race of the ball. He picks it up. That's better by Daniel Lloyd. A good option out to Mumford. Picked up there to Singleton. But fierce tackling by the Terrigal Avoca defence forces the ball out of bounds for another boundary throw in.
Also shows a lot of character too for the Killarney Vale team to weather some of that storm, because the Terrigal guys looked like they were about to unload on them, but they weathered it and worked their way out of it, Steve.
Well, it was only 10 points before, but it's such a low-scoring afternoon that every score is crucial.
But back it comes there now. A quick kick forward there by Besley, right, running towards the half-forward flank. Brad Dietz had the run of the ball, but the boundary line beats them all.
I'd like to see the stats boys on tackles for the afternoon. I think the Bombers, they're good around the stoppages. They lay some really good hits. I think they must be working pretty hard on that in training.
Beauty of the Black Diamond football, though, you guys, is everything's one-on-one. Like, it's not a lot of basketball swinging
here we
around.
go.
It's all picked up there. Nice work. Has he snapped it through? He has.
No, he's missed it.
Has he? No, one behind.
Geez, it was fantastic play. Great intercept. Put his big mid up and grabbed it and snapped it on the left, but only just missed to the left-hand side of the upright.
As we said before, I think it was Josh Mifsud who did that, and that's what he's all about. He's really good in those, clearing the ball out. Now it comes down to Jace Van Dam as Terrigal Avoca will clear it from defence. Out of the centre wing. His target out there is Goulet. Underwell by Bond, who's held him for most of the day. Rob Zaha rides a bump and a short kick in and finds Brendan Lewis. Just a bit too long for Brendan Lewis, though, and James Webster's going to take the mark in front of Hugh Wells. I think Hugh Wells has got the job on Webster. Looks like at the moment we've got Bond on Goulet, so the prime move, and we've got Lamb on Island. So all the prime moves have been marked up at the moment. As in it goes there now is Sinclair. Over the ball, handball out by Sarich. Rob Zaha's not going to pick it up. I'll go off the ground once. Will he go through? Oh, courageous play there by, that was Jackson Farquhar. Spent a lot of time on the bench, but he put his head over the ball and was going straight through there. Good work by the young Panthers defender.
Good call by you, Gary. Wells has got that run with roll, and the good players, though, they only need half a metre. And we saw Webster take a nice grab on the boundary line.
Well, there should be a 50-metre free kick against Betson there. He's got away with one there as White kicks it in long. Manuel's his target again, up against Van Dam. The ball comes to ground now. Who's got the numbers there? Grendel's got it, tackled by Mitzer. Back it comes to Kirkman. Handball the back, but only as far as single.
Wow.
He's tackled ferociously by Jace Van Dam. And that should be... no! What prior opportunity did he have there?
No, he had no time to even blink.
Mate, that is a poor decision. I can say nothing more other than that. That is a very poor decision. But anyway, we'll move on. As across it goes to Webster, and Webster spears it out there now, looking for Polglaze. Josh Polglaze slips across the half-back flank. Goes there now out to Grentel. White makes a target. He's up against Tom Castelnuova. Up they go. Good work by both players. It comes to the ground. Betson there. As it goes to the ground, he's up against Tom Mumford. A lot of young players in there, and we're going to have a ball up.
Jeez, I'll tell you what, gentlemen, I thought it was tough in the first half. It's gone up a couple of notches in the second half.
So we're going to have a ball up. It's a great contest, fantastic. As up we go there now. Besley taps it down. Goes to no one in particular. Sarish flips out in the open. That's the advantage of Rick White on the right boot. He goes in forward. Again, Singleton up against Hart. Hart has the run of the ball. Amity comes in as well. And they both take the ball over the line. So they're just working it forward, Killarney Vale, probably 50 metres around from their goal post, and they trail at the moment by 3 points, and we've played 15 minutes into the third quarter.
Boys, no stats on touches, but Rick White, he's got to be over 20 already, on his way towards 30, getting plenty of it.
And since he was a bit upset over here, he's really sort of got a bit of aggro in his game, and it's been controlled aggro, which is exactly what he needs to do, and he really wants that ball.
Does good leadership there. His head picks it up. He goes back to Lewis Shackle and tackles him. He takes him to ground. If they are
what a play that one, Gaz.
Different umpire. Goes across there now to White. White on the right boot, but it's going to go as far as Pete Van Dam, and it's opened up the ground though. Who's the next target? Tom Head's the next target. He's going to get it as well. Good kick by Van Dam. Head will get it. He'll swing onto the left boot. Good work on the mark by Michael Clark. Has held him up. Good work by the Killarney Vale defender. Head chips it in short, but to nobody, and taken by Rick White. Oh, poor play there. That was poor play, but great work, Michael Clark. That is defensive work on the mark.
Rick White had dropped back into the hole, but then noticed a loose player and came back to the 50 arc, and intercept mark there for Rick White as the Bombers go forward again.
Oh, ball kick there by Brad Dees. Didn't look, and James Webster takes a mark centre half back. He goes out there to Sarish, but it's too long for him. Rob Zaha has got the run of the ball. He taps it through his legs. Very clever play. Picked up by Josh Mifsud. He handballed it back to Zara. He goes one way, goes the other. Handballs on the left hand. He handballs it there to Besley, who was under pressure from his Terrigal defender in Goulet. Goes there now Good work by John Agule. Good strength. It goes in on the ground there. Bump. Good hip and shoulder there. Laid by, well, I think that was Alexander White, but it goes out. We're going to have another boundary throw. Gee, we've had some boundary throwings today, Ivan.
Yeah, and Zara's really getting into it right now. Robert Zaha, he wants that ball. This area of the ground is his, and he's making sure he's marking his territory.
As then we come a boundary throwing. Up we go again. Goulet taps it down. Nice tap. Only goes as far as Sarah. She's on the left boot. Kicks it in there looking for Tom Mumford. Tom Mumford gets a quick handball out. Farquhar can't grab hold of the ball. He does it the second grab, but he puts John O'Goulet under more pressure. It's good tackling by Killarney Vale Bombers at the moment. It's tight in there. Jay Lewis may have got one high, but the umpire there was unsighted, and we're going to have another ball up.
See, I don't see a whole lot of difference between that and the holding the ball inside 50 for the Bombers. But I noticed, boys, Michael Clark didn't have a direct matchup. Now he's gone to a player here near the centre half forward line. But for a while there, Clark was the loose man in the back line.
Yeah, I think what happened there, I think in the first half, James Polglaze covers a real lot of territory. One of the bigger movers there, and the mark's going to be paid there for Killarney Vale. And Bryce Singleton's going to take the mark. But what happens? So what they've done now, and this is probably coaching from John Pigeon, they've said to James Polglaze, well, you can run down defence and grab all the kicks you like, but Michael Clark's not following you. He's going to stay here and stop the open forward line.
Yep.
Anyway, Bryce Singleton.
Is this the payback with Singleton?
No, I think he
got
paid the
pinned
mark.
before.
Yeah.
Look, I tell you what, the boys will be looking at this scoreboard now because that scoreboard pressure's right on everyone. I think if they if he can kick this one Singleton, it will be a great reward for this effort.
Looks nice on the boot. I think it's going to just miss to the right.
Pushed it just to the right, but there's a few boys glancing at the scoreboard now because they know it's tight and tough.
Oh, it is very tight and tough. It's really good. It's probably going to go down the wire. I think it's just got that feel about it, hasn't it? I just think that.
Well, I think, guys, that Killarney Vale can win it, but they're not going to win it by much. The other side of the ledger is that Terrigal could kick away very quickly.
Yeah, well, bad kick there by Billington. Good work by Tom Mumford. He's been very good. Handballs off quickly to Coughlin. He's at centre wing. Good defence there by Lamb, who spoils it. Back it comes to Mumford. Good shepherd by Coughlin. Mumford's got to pick it up. He does. On the right, but who's the target? Ireland. Too big for Ireland. Spoiled by Josh Potter. It comes down there now for Castelnuova on the left boot, but it's not going to have the legs. And I think that Cameron Grendel is it back deep in defence for Terrigal Avoca, right in the goal square. And that looked good for a long way. But Grendel now, he gets it and plays on. Goes for the right kick, kicks it long. Betson's his target, up against Sinclair. They've had a good battle all day. Betson early. Sinclair has probably taken the points later on, or nullified his influence, certainly from halfway through the second quarter.
Well, the boys are going to have a nice breather here as the ball gets retrieved out of the bushes. Steve, what do you reckon, mate? You haven't given your tip so far today.
Oh, look, just enjoying the contest.
Get off the fence.
He's just reminiscing about that pass still today in Amity.
He's still thinking about it.
Yeah. The glory days. 2-point ball game. 19 minutes gone in this third quarter. Inside 50s, by the way. The Bombers 6 in this quarter to 3 for Terrigal Avoca. So the Bombers, if they could capitalise on their inside 50s, could push away.
And I think those Terrigal Avoca 3 inside 50s would have been in the first probably 10 minutes of the quarter.
Agree.
But now it's back. It's been Killarney Vale have had, you wouldn't say they've been deep entries into the 50 though. They've only sort of, nothing's really got too far in the goal square. But anyway, we're before the centre. It could have another forward 50 for Killarney Vale here. But it's a ball's in dispute at the moment. McKellar gets it out to Jay Lewis. He goes into the centre of the ground. Coughlin's going to have the run of the ball, but the old Sharon, it goes anyway. Handball to Shackleton, dispossessed of the ball, picked up by Lewis. White tackles him as he gets it. White goes around, he looks for a handball, goes over the top to James Polglaze. Good work by Corbin Bonds, who spoils it. Goes back to Farquhar, he ducks ahead, but well done. Handball out, he's gone! Good tackle by Lewis, got the handball.
And he's going to get rewarded for the effort.
See, I disagree with that one as well, because I thought he got a handball on that. I thought he got that, but free kick there. Good chase by Brendan Lewis. He's been rewarded with a free kick.
It is all relative, though, guys, and what you're getting paid on the day and what you're not getting paid on the day.
Yeah, I agree.
And good tenacity by young Corbin Bond. I think you'll find that he played some junior reps with New South Wales, and good to see him in the first grade team. So Bombers junior, and now with the first grade side.
Yeah, we saw him in round 2 against Newcastle City, and he had a fantastic battle. They actually had him on Courtney Knight that day, and look, Courtney Knight ended up kicking 5 goals. I think probably Corbin Bond got the points on the day. Well done by Ireland. Handball back to Shackleton. He kicks it off the ground. It's a race there now. Ireland picks himself up with Betson, but Corey Billings is going to get there first. Between the legs it goes. Good pressure by Ireland. He ends up giving him the ball. Back it comes to Deitch. He can't pick it up. It's pressure on there now. Billings goes in. Deitch goes in. I think that's Coughlin who goes in as well. Oh, there's no...
Gee, that's a win for the Bombers, Gary.
Yeah, they had to run there. Corey Billings
had to lock that in there. We mentioned about some of the legends around this footy club a moment ago. June Granlund bumped into her, life member of the Bombers Football Club. Her son Matty calling the Richmond game later on today.
Yeah, I hope he calls it the right way as well, the Tigers way. But anyway, as we go there now as Brad Deitch. Once again, nothing given here. It's tight in the clinches. We've got, this quarter we've got very little to go. We're 21 minutes in. Won't go long. We haven't had many goals. So
and I don't think there's going to be many more as the shadows creep across the ground here, gentlemen. It's only going to get harder for each score, I think, because no team is still giving an inch.
There it goes. Cogger handball there. Will McCullough says, I'm going to take it, but a free kick is going to go the way. No advantage paid there. And the free kick, out it goes there now. It's actually Castelnuovo. He chips it out wide to Dietz. Dietz on the wing. He goes out wide. On the mark there is Smith. Who's his next target? Singleton calls it long. Long is where it's going to go and his target. Also back there is Mumford. Plenty of support. Goes over the back there. Who's got the pace? Back there it is Grentel. Grentel picks it up. He's going to think he's going to run through. No, he doesn't. Good pressure by Singleton. Should be a free kick down the ground. It is. The undisciplined play by Bryce Singleton. It was a 50-50 contest down the ground, but Webster's now got it. He goes away. Off it goes to Lewis. Lewis is going to play. He's going to be called. That's going to be 50 metres. He didn't call play on. Yes, he did call play on. Okay, free kick there to Coughlin. Really, really good work. I'm not sure he went over the mark, but obviously he did. Coughlin there chips in, looks for Singleton. He misses the target. Goes to Mumford. He goes to ground. Handball the back to Amity. He gets it. He picks up. Dodges one, dodges two on the right boot. I think he snapped one. He has. Ooh. Dane Amity has put the Bombers back in front. Right on the stroke of three-quarter time.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Amity was the man we talked about at half-time just before that, and he has popped up at the 22nd minute mark right before the siren's about to blow and put the Bombers back in front.
Good players. They give themselves time, don't they?
Absolutely.
They keep putting themselves in that position to make a difference. Even if you're having a bad day, they never give up because they know it takes 1 minute, one possession can make an influence on the game.
Well, they actually had to battle it off his teammate. There was two of them going for the same ball, and that just showed how much will they wanted when they were going for that forward ball. And to be honest, they probably deserve the lead now because I think in the last half of this third quarter, they have been the better side.
8 inside 50s to 3, and he's always been a player of freakish ability. Best and fairest in 2003, 2009. His best tally, by the way, I mentioned earlier, 82 goals back in 2002. Yeah. Here we are in 2014, and still playing a key role.
Exactly. It's wide, freak in the middle. Have they got the time? Kicks it long. They need a mark. Can they mark it? Manuel. Van Dan's coming from the bottom. Hits the deck. Goes over the back now. Josh Polglase gets it. Handballs it across to Smith. And that's the end of the section here at three-quarter time. It's Killarney Vale. 6-4-40 in front of their home supporters. Leading Terrigal Avoca 5-6-36.
Goal kickers for Terrigal Avoca, gentlemen. James Polglase with 1, James Webster with the 1, and Mitch Betson still with the 3. For Killarney Vale, Dane Amity, as we just saw, has got his first. Rick White with 2, and Scotty Manuel with 3, leading all scorers with Mitch Betson.
Is that correct? We've only got 3 goal kickers from each team for the afternoon.
Absolutely. And Mitch Betson and Scotty Manuel, obviously, both in the top 3 goal kickers now of the league.
But I think you look at it, though. Most of the game would be played probably from 40 metres out in the middle of the ground. For both goals, 40 metres out. There haven't been a real lot of deep forward entries. And look, it's just the midfield battle, and it's just been so tough through there. And look, if you're home, look at it might look a scrappy game, but tell you what, here live, it is the pressure is on. You can just feel the atmosphere here, and gee, this last 20 minutes, it's going to be an absolute beauty.
Well, gentlemen, we'll take a breather. We'll be back in a couple of moments for a great last quarter coming up at Adelaide Street Oval between the Killarney Vale Bombers and the Terrigal Avoca Panthers. Of course, we thank all the sponsors for the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup 2014 season. Wilson Security, major sponsor of the league. Prime 7, Newcastle Herald, Star 104.5, BLK, Sports Trophy and Embroidery, and of course brought to you live on Bar TV. As the huddle start departing for the final quarter here live at Adelaide Street Oval, where Coach Chris Bishop has given an absolute earful to his squad, and we go to the sideline with Steve Allen.
Yeah, thanks, Ivan. Just wait till that siren goes off here with Paddy Shell. He was the best on ground in the 2007 Premiership decider. Paddy, unfortunately, you're off today. Is it the hammy?
Yeah, it was the hammy, Steve-O. I think the age was showing a little bit and just went for a kick and, unluckily pulled a bit of a hammy there, mate. Yep.
Geez, you were playing well before then. The team composed there. They've got a massive opportunity here against the top of the table side, and I heard Chris Bishop. He is absolutely going off in their huddle.
Yeah, look, it's red hot footy out there. Both teams are having a fair dink and dig, and you haven't got a lot of time to dispose of the footy. So a really good contest out there, and mate, it's going to come down to the wire. And I think our guys are running out the quarters a bit better, so I think we can do it.
Can you believe, as the ball goes up, just quickly, can you believe how many inside 50s you've had? You've absolutely dominated Terrigal in that department.
Yeah. Look, we're working hard. I think our contested footy's a bit better, and I think we're winning the footy a bit better. We've just got to make it a bit cleaner moving into the forward 50.
Good on you, Paddy. Good to see you. Back to you, Gary, and there's a stoppage in the midfield.
Thanks, Stephen. Thanks very much to Paddy Shell for giving his time up. Disappointing to exit the game early with a hamstring injury. But we're in the last quarter now, and what a battle we've got. We've got Killarney Vale 4 points.
Here they go, guys.
They go on Mumford on the left boot, looking for Amity.
Jeez, he's going to start this quarter off the way he finished it. If he can put this one through the big sticks, guys.
Yeah, great hands, marking in front of Jared Warren. Good kick there by Max Mumford, and this will be a perfect start for Killarney Vale.
Exactly what the doctor ordered, and I tell you what, if they can get this one, that scoreboard pressure starts looking very, very good for the Bombers. The Panthers won't like it one bit.
Yeah, so the left footer, it's going to be a difficult. He's on the wrong side really for a left footer as he comes in. He's about 35 metres out, but very kickable.
I'm going to back him.
Righto, we'll see that. If you put the jinx on him, but he comes in. Left boot, strikes the ball, looks good off the boot. He raises both hands! It's a goal!
Right in the boys' home, Gaz. Rick White had his arms in the air before it was even halfway through the flight of the ball, and Dane Amity starts that quarter off exactly how he finishes and adds another one to the tally for the Bombers. As I said, Rick White loved it. There was high fives. The boys got around each other very quickly. They love it.
Back-to-back goals by Dane Amity, split obviously by three-quarter time, but a fantastic effort there by Dane Amity, and that's the 10 points. That's the largest lead that Killarney Vale have had, and once again, good work through the centre. They just forced that ball forward, and as I said, Max Mumford, good pass, good mark, good under pressure by Amity, and he kicked truly. Head now, bounces, up it comes. Goulet taps it down. He's their number one ruck at the moment. Rick White's picked it up. He's been the number one midfielder. Handball it back to Van Dam. Pete Van Dam, that is. Josh Polglaze goes to ground, and there's plenty of people there diving in.
It was a great smell there by Clark that kept it in the pack there too, Gaz.
Yeah, he's been excellent, Michael Clark. Ball's in the centre of the ground. Pete Van Dam picks himself up and handballs. Well, passes the ball actually to Lockheed. Throws it up again. Mumford up against Goulet. Up he goes. Leaps over the top.
Oh.
Webster's got the run of it. Won't set up. Good work by Corbin Bond. Jay Lewis picks it up. He's done really well in the clinches today. So does Ryan Coughlin. Tap forward by Flint. No one's going to get a clear possession. Webster classy across to Smith on the left boot. Heads his target. Heads doesn't let him down. Tom Eddy's not happy about it either.
He landed awkwardly there, Gaz. He got brought down on the back of his heels, really.
Yeah, look, but nothing in it though. Corey Shackleton just going up and spoiling. Just landed a bit awkward. But look, Corey's been wearing Tom Head all day like a second skin, really.
Like a
and
bad cardigan, really.
he was. But look, important kick, very tough on the boundary line though. But I think it'll be a quick answer for the Panthers if he can convert from there. Comes in now on the left boot. Looks good off the boot also. It's going to go across the face of the ground. They've got all the numbers back there, Killarney Vale. And this bloke has been superb all day in Brendan Lewis.
Just a quick one, Steve. I noted you walking towards Chris Bishop and the Panthers, their huddle, because he was absolutely giving them a mouthful, and then you stopped and walked back away.
Oh, yeah, quickly did the Michael Jackson moonwalk. He was going off the Richter scale, and I guess rightly so, because if you look at those numbers in the third quarter, the Bombers 9 inside 50s to Terrigal Avoca just 3. You'd expect more from the top of the table side, but I like the way they've started Terrigal Avoca in this last quarter, trying to get Webster on the outside from the stoppages.
Yeah, but geez, they're looking good, Killarney Vale, at the moment. They've got their tail up. They think that they're really with a big show of winning. There's no doubt they went into the game thinking they could win it, but at the end of the day, until the scoreboard says you're a chance, you don't know how you'll go. But we've got a boundary throw in there now.
This is our third Ladies' Day in a row, Gaz, and every Ladies' Day the boys like to show off for the ladies.
Mate, you follow the Ladies' Day around. People will start talking about
me
that.
in front of them, mate.
Exactly. Why not? Oh, geez, he pushed underneath that. Goes down awkward. John Goulet, and he's down at the moment. That'll be a blow for the Panthers if he can't get up. Rick White back to Mumford, though. Back it comes to Goulet, like all good players. He gets up. Back to Webster on the left boot. He gets in there. Grendel can't take it. He picks it up. Lewis goes to ground, picked up by Coughlin, who's done well as well. And Rick White again, left boot. Who's the target? Jace Van Dam. Scotty Manuel's going to make a target. He does. He gets a hand, so it goes to ground though. But James Polgraves once again playing centre forward. If he's still playing centre forward, he's covering a lot of ground and tips it out wide. Riley Clifton, he's got plenty of time. He's got to pick it up. What's his next target though? He's on the right boot. He goes down. Beautiful kick, finds Damon Smith in the centre of the ground. He gets it. He goes. Right boot. Next target, Tom Head. He's got a couple of metres. He takes the mark. Good kick by Damon Smith and good forward play by Tom Head. He was able to get a couple of metres on Corey Shackleton, and when you're as big as Tom Head and as good as Tom Head, that's all you need.
Just showed what they're good at, didn't they, Steve? When they got that loose man, they just played it very well. The skills were right up there, and they just went bang, 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 coast to coast. Thank you very much.
And Tom Head, he's hasn't kicked the goal today. He comes in there now. He should convert from this. Comes in, left boot, hits it well. He pumps the air. Oh, the crowd, the Panthers fans behind the goals, they go up as one. And Tom Head records his first goal and brings the margin back to 4 points.
He's becoming a slobber knocker now. They're not going to give anything. If anything, what the Bombers could have done is woke the Giant, the sleeping Giant sitting there, because the Panthers all of a sudden realised that, hang on a second, we were 10 points down. They brought it back to 4.
See, until just then, would you agree that I think Chris Bishop's going off because of the fact that for a lot of this second half, his side's been outplayed, and the numbers show it.
Yeah, look, without a doubt. You mentioned there the lack of forward 50 entries means, one, either they haven't got their hands on the ball, or secondly, they're just not using it well enough. And I just don't think they've got their hands on the ball, to be perfectly honest. Down we go again. Goulet up against Besley. Goulet doesn't contest, but he gets it now from a handball from Van Dam. On the left boot, going forward is Tom Head again. He can't take that mark. Pressure again there by Shackleton. And out it comes to Coughlin. Coughlin on the right boot, kicks it out wide. Lloyd's going up and down the one spot at the moment. Damien Smith's going to pick up. He's been important, but he's on the left boot. Good pressure there by Jackson Island.
Well done,
and
Jackson
forced
Island.
him to go out of bounds on the full and the relieving free kick. So you've also got to commend Ryan Coughlin on his game as well. I think he was running with Goulet early, and now he's across half-back. And him with Brendan Lewis are really doing very well as running half-backs. Looks down there for Bryce Singleton, but James Hart, uncontested. Disappointing result for Killarney Vale, but Terrigal's key defender takes a good mark.
Have you noticed, boys, in this last quarter so far, a lot of the ruckmen are winning the hit out, but the opposition are roving to the ruckman, like they're not taking it away.
Yeah.
The winner of the tap down, that side's not taking the ball away.
And the interesting thing, if you look at both ruckmans, you've got John O'Goulet for Terrigal and Max Mumford for Killarney Vale. They're both relatively small ruckmen,
Yes.
but with good leaps. So,
Yes.
so neither side are playing a tall ruckman. They're both there, and maybe why the ruck aren't going to so much to the advantage. They're not probably regular ruckmen. But boundary throw in there now, right in the centre wing. A really, really good contest. It's been a great day here. Killarney Vale raising money for the McGrath Foundation, hence the pink sash on their jumpers, and a great crowd. The ladies really had a good day with their high tea. And just quickly, while we've got a break, we'll go around the three-quarter time scores. Very eagerly anticipated. Number 1 Sports Ground, Newcastle City, 11-12-78. Looked at the wood over Cardiff, 6-6-42. And at Fagan Oval, Singleton, 12-4-76. A 26-point lead over Warners Bay, 7-8-50. So some work to be done there for the Bulldogs.
Geez, the Roosters look like they're stepping up there, Gaz.
Yeah, mate, they're going well, and they've been disappointing the last couple of weeks. So look, can they bring it home? Game's still there to be won.
Gary, give me some fast facts on this young man, Hugh Wells, who's been on Webster all afternoon.
Yeah, look, Hughes well comes from the Central Coast. He moved down to Sydney and played for Campbelltown for a number of years. He had at least one knee reconstruction that I know, not sure that he had two, but he missed a whole season. But he's come back and just a real honest goer. And look, the job he's done today on James Webster. Well, Webster's still done some plenty of good things. He hasn't been as damaging as what he could have been.
Jeez, have a look at the pressure on the ball here, gentlemen. This is just immense. Both teams are stepping up another notch. They just cannot get clean possession out of these packs.
Well, Webster maybe over 20 touches already.
Yeah, and look,
like last night, the Bombers had plenty of players in Friday night football, including Goddard, who had over I think maybe over 30 touches.
Yeah.
But his impact on the game hasn't been as big as you'd imagine.
No, he needs a hand from the other midfields. And Jay Lewis has tried very hard. Got a lot of hard balls, not much clean those. Out we come again. Really clearing kick there. It might have been missed, but out it comes there. Right, Darren Emily caught behind Jared Warren. He's got to go on his opposite leg. He doesn't. He kicks it back, but now picked up there by Evans. He's caught. Good tackle there by Jace Van Dam. And look, and the pressure of this game, you just know how much it is. Because when a player goes to ground, it's really hard for him to get back up. And a free kick, Jace Van Dam, the inspirational skipper for Terrigal Avoca. First game back, been serviceable. Wouldn't say been great, but definitely been serviceable. On the left boot, goes to half forward. Betson's his target. Up early goes Bond. Got for a free kick. Free kick is going to go the way of it's shepherding. I'm not sure who's shepherding. It's going to go. Free kick's going to go to.
Can you shepherd from on top of someone's shoulders, Gaz?
I don't know, but a free kick's going to go to Jay Lewis. As I said, Lewis has been probably one of Terrigal's better players. Kicks it in, looking there for Polglaze. He's got it as well.
Got it.
Good mark, James Polglaze. Oh, he's going to give him 50.
You just can't do that. Every week, I reckon, we call just one incident that someone just gives away a stupid free kick in front of goals.
Yeah, 50-metre penalty there. And look, he's disappointed, no doubt, Michael Clark, that Polglaze had taken the mark. And and then it goes back and compounds the error with a 50-metre free kick, put him on the goal line. And a goal to Polglaze. He's second for the day, but more importantly for the Panthers, it puts them back in front. Yeah,
back in front as he put the pink pill into the bush and says, go and get that, gentleman, because we've got the lead back. That's not our job. That's your job. And they've still got plenty of time, both teams here, to take this, as we're only just ticked over 10 minutes in this last quarter. I don't think anyone can call it yet, though, gentlemen. Anyone game to call it yet?
No, look, I tipped Terrigal Avoca at the beginning. I'm still comfortable with the Panthers, but look, that's not with great confidence either, because I reckon I've been really, really impressed today with the former Killarney Vale and the spirit they've shown. They've been able to match it with the Panthers, both in the midfield and look, and they have been able to contain their forward line. The forwards in Polglaze, Betson and Head have all had their moments. And threatened to take the game apart, but overall I reckon Killarney Vale have been able to hold them pretty well, and with Goulet been playing more in the ruck, that's one less forward they've had. So it's going to be interesting votes for the rustic amount of the match for you, Gaz. Yep, no way. I'm looking forward to it, actually. As Besley gets it down, we're back to the traditional red. Who will that help? As down it comes, it's all ball in there. They go in hard as they have all day. Out it comes. Who's going to get it out here? Lamb goes in. So does Billings. So does Mifsud. They've all been in and under the packs all day. And it's going to be a ball up. Umpire Darryl Luck says, I will have this and I will throw it and we will start again.
Gary, when was the last draw in the Black Diamond AFL?
Good question.
Yeah, we had one not that long ago, actually. It might have been a couple of years ago. Don't tell me who it was, but before my time. That's my excuse anyway. But handball out by Head there now. We'll get back to the action. Back it goes to Lewis. Back it goes to White. Brushes the tackle there of Billings. Back now. It goes to Bond. He kicks it out there wide. Big ball here. Lamb up against Ireland. Ireland holds his feet.
Well
Ireland
done.
keeps it. Goes right. Goes left. On the left boot. Amity's his next target. He against Warren. Over the back. Oh, Dane Amity slipped at the vital moment. Warren kept his feet. Amity chased him though. Good work, Jared Warren. He gets it away. Kicks it in short to Pete Van Dam. Handball's up to Webster. Webster on the right boot. He's going to look for Head. Shackleton with him. Head goes high. Too big. Too strong.
What a great grab. What a great grab that one was. He held his position, got his body out there, and his long arms just reached forward for that second grab and said, thank you, I'll take that one.
Head now, 55 out, goes long. Betson's his target. Betson up against him, clears the pack. Oh, bounces to the right instead of bouncing straight and it goes through for a behind.
Betson's faded a little bit in the game, would you say, gentlemen? He started off like a house on fire, and this the second half hasn't really been him.
Just as Gary's called, the Bombers' midfield's been on top.
A short kick there. That'll hurt.
Ouch.
He went in short. Good spoil by the Panthers. And Jared Flint, ever the opportunist, grabbed the ball off the pack, took 2 steps and then speared it straight through the middle. And that's the Panthers' 8 for the game and slips them out now to a 9-point advantage.
And the crowd behind the goals love that one, and so did his teammates, because it was a fatal error there from the back line of the Bombers. They should never have gone short. They should have gone long and hard and got it out of there, because they were under immense pressure. And Jared Flint gets his first for the day.
And look, at an important one, yeah, and that's where it comes down to. Just a little error here, a little error there, and before you know it, it's...
Well, we've said this, the Terrigal Avoca are the sort of team that can go 3-4 goals on you in rapid time.
Yep, you're right there. As we're back in the centre of the ground, Roger Crowhurst, Mumford up against Goulet. Goulet gets that tap down, but rode by Ireland. He's tackled immediately by Peter Van Dam, and he's held in there, and that'll be a ball up. Well, let's hope it's a ball up anyway.
The scoreboard doesn't seem to want to change here at the ground, because I think they want the boys to think they're a bit closer than they are.
No, I think the 3 big blokes in the commentary box are blocking the remote's chance of actually getting to the scoreboard. But he's done a great job there. Terry Ford, the secretary for Killarney Vale, does a great job. And back there, Goulet taps it down. Pete Van Dam, an important clearance, goes for it. Who's going to get it? Bond's got it there. Oh, good work.
Good
work by Corbin Bond there. I thought he'd overrun it. But back it comes there now, and it goes out there now wide, looking for Zara. Zara, good handball over the top and miffs it away. He's got, if he can get it, he's got room in front of him. He does. He's on the right boot, chased there by McKellen. Not the great kick though, and he's found Damon Smith. Unfortunately for the Bombers, Damon Smith plays for Terrigal Avoca. Chips it out wide to McKellar. McKellar says, hang on guys, let's just hold it up here and let's regroup.
You could see what Missile was trying to do there. It was just the execution that wasn't good.
Goes in there now. Bond flies high again at the half-back line. Picked up there by Lewis. Quick kick out there. We're going to have a foot race on here. It's Clark against Head. Clark gets it. Head gets it on the left boot. Snaps it around. He's got it! Oh, the big men have certainly started to make a difference here in the last quarter, in the last 5 minutes, in fact. And that's a vital goal. And is that the break that Terrigal Avoca
Here come
wanted?
the Panthers, Steve.
Yeah, you can see the Bombers' heads dropping. I'm watching Rick White pretty closely. They needed to block it in at centre half back, but they couldn't do so. They needed to hold it in, and Terrigal Avoca came away with it. It was 2-on-2 back there, man-on-man matchups, but Head too good.
Yeah, a bounce of the ball went their way as well, and that was the end of the story.
Yeah, and you look at it, and Tom Head, he's been pretty much, Corey Shackland's done a great job on him, but good players only need, we spoke about Dane Amity, and the same thing, Tom Head, any good player only needs a couple of minutes, a couple of possessions to turn the game, and 2 goals for the quarter.
And Webster, plenty of touches in this last term, but you come back down here where the Bombers are about to go inside 50, one poor turnover, and suddenly you're under the pump.
That's
a
right.
good side will make you pay.
That's right. Josh Midford there, that kick we mentioned, he's only young, but you'll learn from that.
But what do you think about the Rick's move at the back, Rick White's move up the back? Because when he's up forward line, they had something to go to, as you said earlier. Now he's at the back. It's almost like they're conceded.
Yeah, he's on the ball, but playing a bit further deeper than what he has done. But it goes over the back to Clark. They're really under siege now, the Bombers' defence. But Brendan Lewis, he's been very good. He's going to kick it out there right. Rick White, he stumbled along there, but it's going to go out of bounds. He's tried everything, Rick White. He's been one of the stars of the day, and there's been plenty of them for both sides.
Oh, it's the first time I've seen Rick in years since he came back from Queensland.
Oh, hang on, there's trouble here as well. Out comes the card.
Did you see what it was for, guys?
No, I didn't actually see that. I don't know whether if James Polglaze was in the vicinity. I think it is, it's Jordan Evans, I think, is the one who's coming off. And he's been sent from the ground, so whatever it was, he's been reported also. But more importantly, from a Terrigal Avoca Panthers' point of view, is they're going to get a shot from goal from inside 50.
And the Bombers runner, or the Bombers trainer, Pete Harvey, also yellow carded earlier, so he's back on the field now, but he was off for 15 minutes.
Right. So a disappointing result there for Killarney Vale, and they've got to maintain their discipline. They're not out of the game yet, but geez, it's a long way back now.
Look, if anything, it's given them a stop in play too, which they might need to get themselves back into the game mentally, because they're starting to lose it a little bit. And as you said, Steve, when the heads start dropping, it's really hard to pick them back up.
Well, this might have something to do with as James Polglaze is coming off for the blood rule. And he was the other player involved in that incident. So
Webster with the footy from outside 50. and he's in the northeastern corner.
it's
I can't
Lamb.
believe
I
how
think-
quickly the game's gone. We're at the 17-minute mark of the final turn.
Yeah, I think that's Lamb who's got it actually, Steve. So Ben Lamb, I'm not sure he'll make the distance from there, but he kicks it in there. It's going to go into the square. Who's the target? Betson's the target. He gets it narrow, though, and it goes through for a behind.
Geez, there's a real test of character here, though, for Killarney Vale, because there's still plenty of time on the clock. There's 7.5 minutes left to go. They're only 3 goals down. They get the next one. All of a sudden, that scoreboard pressure comes back their way, and they can still do it. They just got to look at themselves and believe in themselves.
And here's their chance now as Dane Amity gets it. He's got Akers in front of him. He kicks it. Who's his target? Daniel Lloyd's his target. Well done by Josh Polglaze. Play on's a call. Probably could have been paid the mark, but good pressure there by Josh Polglaze. It was a chest mark. It's a fair call, I believe, by umpire Lockie Head. On the
No,
half.
he's not paying it.
No, it's a boundary throw in. Good spoil by Polglaze. They've had a great battle as well. Polglaze has probably won it. Down we come. Mumford up early, but he managed to take the ball out of the ruck. He gets it now. He picks it up again. In there. Out it comes to Pete Van Dam. Been pretty good for the Panthers. He chips it up there. Riley Clifton goes to ground under pressure from Brendan Lewis. Brendan Lewis can't break the tackle there of... I think that was Josh Polglaze, but picked up
Good
there.
hands.
Well done by hands. He gets into Brad Deitch. His target there is Dane Amity. Alexander White goes up. Jared Warren at the back. He picks it. Handballs across to Rick White. You need a goal here.
Jeez.
But he can't convert under pressure, and the snapshot goes through for a behind.
That would have certainly lifted the Bombers up where they needed to be, but Rick White just off target there as the goal umpire flags it just for the point.
Yeah, 18 minutes gone into the last quarter. It's 15 points. Terrigal Avoca lead. They've come from behind. Can they hang on as Jared Flint takes the mark from the kick in? He's in the back pocket. Who's his next target? Jay Lewis leads up. Jay Lewis the target. It's going to go in short at a Hart. Courage as Bond.
Natties
Good
are getting
work.
restless against here. Restless again here.
Courageous work by both players. There's nothing wrong with that. Good work by Hart. Corbin Bond was actually going for the mark.
He was going at a rate of knots too, by the way.
He's got good spring, young Bond.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? He was excellent, but courageous work by James Hart.
I was saying earlier, it's the first time I've seen Rick White in a couple of years, and geez, his work rate is amazing. I'd love to see how many Ks he's covered today. A little bit like Buddy, sometimes he can be a bit wayward in front of goal.
But look, he's been fantastic, and you can see why he was such a star in the Queensland State League competition. And look, our one Labrador's best and fairest by record margin. He certainly brought that form here today. Good mark at the back by Ryan Coughlin. Time running out for the Bombers, however. That's got to be 50 metres, I would have thought. He'd come over the mark. We call play on. Up it goes there now. Looking for Mumford. Over the back it goes of Kirkman. Amity gets first. He picks it up. He now swings on the left boot. He goes inboard. Looking there for Lloyd. Good pressure there. Good work by Daniel Lloyd. Unfortunately, can't hold the mark. And it's going to go out of bounds. He's tried hard, Lloyd. Just hasn't quite been his day. The marks just aren't sticking. And he's been very, very close under pressure.
Last couple of times they've gone inside 50, it's been a 2-on-1 match-up to the Panthers' way.
Yeah, the boundary throw, and that's short. Brad Deitch gets a fist of it. It's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw.
Not much time left on the clock now, but they really just need to work really, really hard here, the Bombers, because they are in their forward line. This is where they need to convert right now. They don't want to let it go rebounding out without any score at all, especially a major.
Boundary throwing, about 40 metres around from the goal. McKellar goes up over the back. Is Lloyd, taps it down to Amity. Can he get hold of it? He does, but one's going out of bounds, and he does. And a boundary throw in there again. Good work by Killarney Vale. They're trying hard.
Gaz, the big stack coming in today is Terrigal Avoca, best defensive team in the comp, conceding just 42 points a game. Bombers just 47 against them today so far.
That's right, and that's been the winning, and that's been the margin. When you're only conceding 7 goals a game, it's very, very hard to get beat. Picked up there by Deitch. Down back to White again. He's still going. He's still trying. He's been fantastic today. Out it goes there now. Out of bounds off the right boot there. I think that was Flint, and it's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Really good work here.
What would you say to Rick White there? You've got to put it on the right boot, get it forward. Try to dish off a cute little hand pass.
Get it in the mixer. Get it up the end of the park you want it to be.
Can't fault the big fella because he's been absolutely sensational. Here he is again.
Goes out the back to Smith there. Good smother by
Well
Mifflin.
done.
He's going to get it. He runs into the tackle there by Hart. And Webster will take the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw. And it's quite ironic as he takes the ball over the boundary line. There's Wells, one step behind.
Well, my first game that I've seen this year, boys, but I've got to say the individual quality in some of the teams is absolutely terrific, isn't it?
Oh, it is first rate. We've got we're blessed in this league to have plenty of class players and players who want to come and play in our league now. And look, they know they don't have to go anywhere else because they get good football here week in, week out. The back it comes to White now. He kicks it for Terrigal Avoca. Down it comes there. Up goes Polglaze.
Look at that.
Polglaze takes the mark. Too big, too strong, as we spoke earlier. The forwards are just starting to get on top there. He looked at Polglaze up against Rob Zaha. Just had the size advantage. Head runs around him, but Polgos looks to spear a pass in. Has he found him? No, he can't. Good spoil by Lewis, but he's going to mark.
He's going to get it. Isn't that the difference of this quarter, though? We spent, the last probably 2 or 3 minutes up this end of the park. The Bombers couldn't get a clean mark or clean possession. The Panthers go up there and bang, bang, 2 marks, and there's a second one paid. They're going to have a shot for goal.
That one looked pretty soft, boys, but like you said, Gary, a mismatch there.
Yeah, look, it was. And we spoke earlier, right at the beginning, about how the big blokes, how they're going to match up for them. And and just as the game's gone on, they've got a bit tired, and the big blokes, they still just stand up. They don't get any shorter as the game goes on. But Riley Clifton, he's had a probably pretty quiet day for the Panthers, another young one, but comes in here with a chance now to put a goal alongside his name and really shut the door on any chance Killarney Vale. He comes in, right boot, hits the ball. He's got it, up it goes, straight over the goalkeeper's head, goal umpire's head, and that's a goal for the Panthers. And I think you can say now that is very much game, set and match. And their 10th goal brings them out to a 19-point lead.
You're right. I haven't heard much of Clifton today, but he's done exactly what needed to be done and put that dagger straight through the Bombers' heart. The crowd behind the goals loved it. These teammates loved it. And it takes them out now to a 21-point lead. And I think it's good night, Nurse.
5-goal final term for the Panthers. Fantastic stuff by them. And that's after the Bombers kicked the first of this last quarter.
Yeah, look, they've kicked the last 5, actually, the Panthers, as you said. And look, and that's the sign of a quality team. You can't give them any opportunities. And we spoke earlier that at some stage the Panthers will be coming back. But anyway, we go down through the setup hours. White picks it up again. He hasn't stopped trying. Down it goes. Kirkman had his head over the ball, but White in there. He's burrowing right in. Pete Van Dam also. He's been right in the middle of it. And it's going to be a ball up.
Boys, you'd say Johnny Pigeon's probably learnt more in this last 10 to 15 minutes than he's learnt all day about where his footy side's at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, look, I'd agree with you there as well. I think coming here is always unknown. You don't know how you're going until you test yourself against the best side. They probably come up a little bit short against Newcastle City, especially in the second half. But if I'm John Pigeon, though, I'd be quite happy with where we're at. Okay, we might have fallen away in the last 4 or 5 minutes. That's only a concentration. I think it's more just tiredness. They've just put so much effort into their tackling pressure in the first 3 quarters. I think it's just worn them out in the end. But I don't think he'll take too much from it apart from not picking up the 4 points.
Well, the other thing is, though, Gaz, is that they are got a little bit of a habit this year of fading at the end of the games. That might be an area they need to look at.
I wouldn't call today so much of a fade, though, Ivan. I just think at the end of the day is that just a couple of probably decisions probably went the Panthers' way. And I think if those 50-50 calls go the other way, maybe Killarney Vale are a lot closer. But I don't think it's a failure. I just think that probably the Panthers just taking the most of their opportunities.
And of course, it is round 6, Steve, because there's plenty of football still left to be played.
Goulet spears it into Head, and he's got the lead there. Got away from Corey Shackleton, and Head, after a quite probably first 3 quarters have come, he's lining up for his 3rd major for the day and the 3rd in this quarter.
Well, he's been outstanding, and we're zooming in here on Bar TV. Like, look at the physique on the young man, and
he's certainly benefited. He's been in the Swans Academy now for, or especially playing Swans reserves for the last 3 years, so he's certainly benefited from that. And once he gets used to even more now of, it takes a fair bit of adjusting from playing at elite level the Swans reserve to coming back and playing Black Diamond football.
Yeah, of course.
The service, the type of play you play is completely different. And no doubt, he always gets plenty of attention here as well. So he's competed really hard and looking, he's a pivotal part of their forward line.
The Bombers, you'd say they put Paddy Shell in mothballs, get him right for a massive tilt later in the year. And let's not forget that at some stage, former Essendon champion Mark McVeigh is going to pull on the boots with the Bombers.
Yeah, look, Paddy Shell was only ever going to play, a number of games. He wasn't going to play every game, so they'll put him in mothballs now. They've got a big game next week, the Bombers. They come up against Newcastle City at number 1, so he definitely won't play that, but they'll make sure he's 100% right before he takes the field again. And as you said, if Mark McVeigh can find time in his busy schedule to get on the paddock, well, that's going to strengthen them more.
Well, what about Chris Bishop, though? He gave them an absolute gobful at 3/4 time. When they head back to the Breakers Country Club tonight and have a few quiet ones, what will he be saying about today to the boys?
Oh, look, he'll be saying that they've got a lot of work to do. There's no doubt about that. They were really, really tested. And it's all good when we got the 4 points. And he'd be happy with that and the way they responded. But I suppose his position would be, well, hang on, what did we do wrong to allow him to get into this position? As the handball comes over the top there into Polglaze. Good tackle there by Sinclair. But it's in the goal square. Cleared out again now by Brendan Lewis again. He chips it out. Who's his target? His target's going to be down ground. And the free kick's going to go there now. Down ground to Tom Mumford. Mumford on the right boot, chips in there now, not long to go now as it goes to Zara. Zara on the left boot, out to Dietz. Dietz on the wing, shows it one way, goes now on the right boot, centre half forward, Lloyd's his target. At the back though is Jace Van Dam. And there's a siren! It's all over here at Adelaide Street Oval. And it's a victory to the Terrigal Avoca Panthers, and they keep their unbeaten season intact. And they've won the game 10-9-69. A 22-point win over Killarney Vale, 7-5-47.
For Killarney Vale, gentlemen, Dane Amity with his 2. Got the first of the last quarter. It looked like there was something special on the cards, but it was not to be. Rick White with 2 and probably deserved more. A great effort by Rick. And Scott Manuel couldn't add to his 3 from the first half. The only 3 goal kickers for Killarney Vale. For Terrigal Avoca, James Webster, Riley Clifton, Jared Flint, all with singles, where Tom Head grabbed 2 late goals, James Polglaze with 2, and of course, Mitch Betchen with his 3 early ones led the scorers for Terrigal Avoca.
Yeah, look, as we spoke about before, I think we'll run through some of the better players. And look, personally, I think for Killarney, they run there, I reckon Corey Shackleton did a reasonable job there on Tom Head. But moving down there, I think Brendan Lewis was outstanding across half-back. Rick White, he was just a mountain through the middle of the ground. He was fantastic. Tom Mumford did bits and pieces. Hugh Wells did a reasonable job on Webster. Mifsud showed plenty of class. Michael Clark in probably the 3 quarters was
great
very
game
good.
for Clark.
Jackson Island in and out. Ryan Coughlin, I thought, also was very good for Killarney Vale across half-back. But for Terrigal Avoca, Steve, you want to run through a few of those who you thought were pretty good?
Oh, look, just when the game was on the line, Terrigal terrific this afternoon. In the end, they've had 5 goals, 3 in that last quarter, so 8 scoring shots to the Bombers' 1 goal, 1. And you can hear them, maybe in the background, you can hear them celebrating. They're in the centre square at the moment. And it's a big win. They maintain their spot at the top of the table. I thought Webster fantastic in that last quarter. As you said, the big fella, Head, got involved in the last quarter as well. And they just seem to have winners, particularly in the last 10 minutes. It's when they really got on top and the Bombers couldn't go with them.
Yeah, look, that was right. I think their defence, I suppose, really closed up with Josh Polglaze, Cameron Grantel, and Jace Van Dam really did well when the attacks were coming there. Not only in the last quarter but also in the third quarter, they were able to stand firm.
Yeah. And the thing that you're saying is that you're mentioning a lot of names, and that's what a good team has, is they've got a lot of good players who step up when needed to step up at various times. They're not relying on 2 or 3 guys to carry them the whole day. There are times where guys will come in and out of the game, and today they all time their runs very well.
Gary, when I asked you about a draw, the reason was I didn't feel like the Bombers deserved to lose the match.
No.
I thought that if you gave them a mark out of 10 today, they'd be right up there in the coach's eyes, but just when the game was on the line, a couple of crucial turnovers were so costly for the Bombers. About to go inside 50, and they kick it straight to the opposition.
Yeah, look, you're right there, and that's probably what comes with a young list. Terrigal Avoca have been there and done that. Yeah, they've been to the summit. They want to get back there again after losing last year. So they're at a pretty high level of performance. You've got a young playing list of Killarney Vale, and they've got to learn from that. A couple of inexperienced players. I'm not going to, don't want to put too much pressure. The kick of Josh Misford in the centre finds a Killarney Vale player. They get a shot on goal. He finds Damon Smith for Terrigal Avoca. They take it down the end, kicks a goal that gives them more than a 6-point lead. But that's experience. He was very good today, Mifsud.
You'd be disappointed with that 50-metre penalty that took them right to the goal square and gave them extended their lead. Next week, the Bombers having to go to number 1 sports ground. What a daunting task that is.
Oh, look, it is, but that's what they want. They spoke in pre-season. They put together a playing list that wanted to reach the top. They wanted to compete with the best in the competition. They got Terrigal Avoca, and that's about not just competing every other day. It's about competing week in, week out against quality opposition. And the big test for Killarney Vale and Coach John Pidgeon is how do they back up against Newcastle City next week? They come and get blown out and get beaten a big loss. Well, what does today really mean?
Well, that's exactly right. Well, City are going to jump into the second spot because they'll probably take out that game. And we haven't got the final scores come in against Cardiff, but they did have about a 30-point lead going into the last quarter. So they'll jump into second spot. So Killarney Vale will certainly want to make sure they get back onto even ledger on the ladder. But they've got a bit of work to do, but they should take a lot of heart out of today. It was a great crowd, a great club day. They've done a wonderful job raising funds for the McGrath Foundation. They had a wonderful ladies' day and fantastic support from the Central Coast people.
Heard you say, boys, you're giving out the 3-2-1?
Yep, got the 3-2-1. I've got 1 vote gone to Brendan Lewis. I thought he was really fantastic. His skipper's game in the half back line for Killarney Vale. Mopped up anything that hit the ground, and then his decision-making was also very good. I've given 2 points to Jay Lewis. I thought Terrigal was a very even lot. I could have given James Webster in there as well. Probably marking James probably harder. But I thought Jay Lewis was just in there. Pete Van Dam's another one who just kept really working hard. He was at the bottom of a lot of packs and involved in a lot of forward thrust there. When they were under pressure through the middle, Jay Lewis really stood up. And 3 votes might have been on the losing side, but I thought Rick White was the best player on the ground today. We spoke about the amount of metres he covered. He may not have got a clear possession, but he done a lot of hard work. And realistically, for Killarney Vale to be as close as they were was through a lot of the work done by Rick White, in the middle periods. And even in the last quarter, he was still going at the end. So the Rustica Man of the Match, Restaurant Man of the Match for me goes to Rick White.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you to Rustica for their wonderful support. He'll get a voucher to go and have some dinner there with, as we always say, his wife, girlfriend, partner, whoever it may want to be. Thank you to Rustica Restaurant for their wonderful support, and well done to Rick White.
Yeah, look, Steve, thanks very much for the day. It's really great to have someone of your experience and reputation come and join our humble crew here. But
best on ground in the box for him today, Gaz. What do you reckon?
I think so. On debut, he did very, very well.
So he's broken your run of 5 in a row because I haven't won it yet.
No, he's done very well. And look, it's good though, Ivan. You work very well. But now, full credit's got to go to our Bar TV crew. They are fantastic. They are the best in the business. And I know they were tweeting last night. I had Phil Gould on the tweet. Rugby League man will venture into rugby league, saying, wanting to know why Bar TV aren't doing more New South Wales rugby league. That's the quality they do. And look, and we're fantastic. The crew here, the camera crew, and the producers, really first-rate production. So it's all good here, Ladies' Day.
When are you going to come back, Steve? When are you going to come back, mate? You know the door's always open.
Yeah, well, I was pretty keen to come and have a go at this one due to my commitments. Got a rare Saturday off, but I played with both footy clubs. Spent from 1999 through until 2005 with the Bombers, and then had half a year with Terrigal. And Killarney Vale, such a famous club that expects success, and the culture at Terrigal Avoca when I first went there, it was mandatory that every player went to the Anzac Day dawn service. I'd only been there for a couple of weeks, and I thought if that's the culture of Terrigal Avoca, that they all rally behind their mates and it's one in, all in.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of nonsense. They do their speaking on the field. There's not a whole lot of talk around their club, but they've developed a great culture as well, and 2-time premiers at this level.
Well, you're welcome back anytime, mate, whether it's these teams or any other. We'll come back again and join us on the Bar TV call. Quick rundown of our sponsors for the 2014 season again, because this can't be done without it. Wilson Security, Prime 7, Newcastle Herald, Star 104.5, BLK, Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, and of course the wonderful people at Bar TV. We've got a late score coming, Gaz.
Yeah, mate, we've got the two final scores in the other games in the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup, and at number 1 sports ground it was Newcastle City who prevailed 13-19-97, and they've got over the top of Cardiff 8-11-59, and in the game at Fagan's Oval, it was a tight one. It was Singleton 12-6-78, held out a fast finishing Warners Bay 10-12-72. So
wow.
A 6-point win to Singleton gets them their first win of the year, and Nelson Bay had the bye.
Well, on behalf of everyone here at the Wilson Security Black Diamond Cup, live from Adelaide Street Oval, we thank you for joining us again here on Bar TV. Make sure you catch the replays at your local club or pub. And we congratulate the Terrigal Avoca Panthers on their win today. Thank you, Gary Birkinshaw. Thank you, Steve Allen. Thank you, Ball Boys. And have a great day. We see you next week live again with Bar TV at Nelson Bay and Cardiff on www.bdafl.com.au. And it's farewell from me and the team. See you next week.